What is going on, gentlemen? This is Sir Yeetus back again to drop some gems on episode 96 of Sir Yeetus' Thoughts. Okay, and we're going to be talking about various philosophies. I put out a poll a couple days ago talking about philosophies clashing when it comes to Captain America versus Iron Man or Batman versus Superman. Because in the end, all art, 100% of them, imitates life. Okay? All the dilemmas that happens in certain stories, whether it's from comic books, whether it's from the holy texts, whether it's just from anywhere, even a painting, there's always a lesson that's willing to be learned. And hell, maybe there isn't a soul lesson to be learned. Maybe there's just some everlasting argument, everlasting dilemmas that either person could be right depending on the situation. And we will be talking about that today. And before we start, thank you very much for being beyond patient, gentlemen. Okay, because I personally had to deal with some real life BS that kept me away from you guys to give you that good stuff. All right, drop some gems. Unfortunately, that's life. It is what it is. Some things won't go your way at times. But the fact that you guys were still in the chat doing your thing, I don't know what you guys were talking about exactly. But the fact that you were just chilling there gave me a lot of confidence that I got a lot of loyal subscribers. Even even though you guys talk about some random stuff. So thank you very much for waiting, even though it was literally 45 minutes. But before we begin, you already know who I'm going to add. The one, the only, Gray.
Good evening, Warband.
What is going on, Gray? How's life?
Uh, did not realize it would take this long to edit a clip that's going to end up being under 10 minutes. Jesus.
Oh, yeah, you're talking about the Elden Ring clip?
Yeah, it's going to be under 9 minutes at this rate. Just keep clipping stuff out. It's going to be good, though. It's going to
Okay.
be good.
But I'm looking back at the chat right now and damn, you guys went to conspiracy theories immediately just because I was late. That's too hilarious.
Now, personally, I was looking at the weather and thought you might have gotten your power knocked out.
oh, oh yeah, because thunderstorms and stuff, right? But right now, you're familiar with comic books, right?
Uh, yes, I wouldn't call myself an expert by any means.
Okay. So, do you have a good, how do I say? Do you have a good idea of what happened between Superman and Batman?
With regards to the injustice story, I know kind of their relationship dynamic, mostly from the cartoons,
Right?
but the specifics of their comic interactions, I've seen them interact a couple times. But with the injustice story, I don't know.
Well, okay. So when it comes to the Justice story, right? You already know how Batman he doesn't like to kill, right? That's his thing. He doesn't even know how to kill. Actually, he does. Sorry, he does know how to kill, but he just refused to. No matter how bad these villains tend to get, especially with Joker. Joker, of course, he's gonna be pushing the line here and there, doing his thing. But one day he just decides to just do whatever the hell he wanted, and he couldn't break Batman, right? But he's like, let's see if I can break Superman. And he got to the point where he decided, hey, let's see if I can nuke Metropolis. And He did. He was successful and nuked Metropolis. But along with that, he killed Lois Lane that was pregnant at the time. So knowing the history of the Joker, Superman uh had like high regrets of damn, if only Batman was willing to take the extra step to permanently end the Joker, none of this would have happened. So Superman went in himself to pretty much punch a hole through the Joker like Mike Tyson and kill the Joker. Batman was like, "Yo, what the hell, man? Like, why you Clark Kent? You don't kill, bro. What is this?" So, because of the traumatizing event that he had to deal with the death of Lois and his child, he's like, "No, this time I'm definitely gonna be doing my own thing the right way. I have the power to end all wars. I have the power to end crime. You're just too afraid to do it yourself, uh, Bruce Wayne. That's why Lois Lane died in the first place, because you're too much of a wuss to get the job done." So eventually, Superman, uh, he's doing his thing, right? He's having people sign treaties. He's the military. He's taking away certain countries like all weapons, all anti-air missiles, all tanks, all that stuff. But now people are like, "Yo, like Superman, he's a dictator, man. Nobody likes Superman." So Superman started to get annoyed. But the biggest thing that he had to deal with was Shazam, right? Which I think he was around 18 at the time that caused his death, right? He went up against Superman's plans, and Superman decided to kill him. So I think Shazam was like 17 or 18 at the time when Superman decided to yeet him to the afterlife. And then he's like, "You know what? These people don't appreciate me. These people don't appreciate me? Okay, too easy. Let me step it up a notch." Anybody that opposed him at that point got yeeted. So based on what I told you, Gray, when it comes to, hey, we don't kill, right? Because once we start with one person, how do you know you're even going to stop? Or some people deserve to die. What do you have to say about that?
Well, if anything, Superman kind of proved Batman's point and the whole no killing principle. Because from what I understand, that kill was Superman's first kill in cold blood as well.
Okay.
Like the whole argument that Batman has made continuously is that as soon as he does it, as soon as he kills one person, like, and not by accident, but like actually intent to murder, as soon as he goes through with it, regardless of how he justifies it, then he'll have crossed that line and he'd go on a rampage. Well, that's what Superman did. He kills one person, justifies it, and afterwards he goes full tyrant mode and becomes the very force that literally the entire Justice League goes to stop. And well, they can't because it's Superman.
Well, let's take this to real life, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about if Batman was normal or Superman was normal, and they were having this conversation. Who will be right? So you don't ever go to the point of ending somebody's life, because at that point, like you said, uh, you will find ways to justify that action, or would you side with Superman? Once again, chat. We're in normal real life. Superman decided, hey, some people are just too dangerous to be left alive.
Now, here's the thing. In principle, I do agree. There are some people that should not be around, and the Joker definitely should have been iced. If anything, given the, let's be honest, if it wasn't for comics needing to keep Joker coming back because he's such a beloved villain, he would have gotten the death penalty a long time ago.
Okay. So what about in the comics?
Now,
Who's right?
this is where we get interesting, because we have to look at Superman and Batman and their primary differences. Batman, at the end of the day, is a man, a human. If the entire, like, not the entire military, just the entire Gotham police force turns on Batman, he's in trouble. He is one man with a bunch of tech and some combat training. He can be taken out by a city's police force or like actual proper special operatives. He is still vulnerable and accountable to the systems of humanity. Superman is not.
I see what you're saying, but when it comes to Batman alone, right? Even though he's somewhat superhuman himself, right? The fact that he knows a lot of martial arts, and based on the comic book lore, he can lift a lot more weight than a normal human can. He not only let Joker do his thing, but Joker, I think it was in the Killing Joke. He paralyzed the Batgirl. I think it was Gordon's
Paralyzed,
daughter.
yeah, paralyzed Barbara Gordon,
And on top of that, he got one of his side
he murdered Jason Todd, the second Robin.
Right. And when you watch the movie, I think was it Under the Red Hood?
Yeah, Under the Red Hood.
He explained it perfectly, right? Pretty much what most people would say, but that he said the same thing in that movie. Well, I could have taken him out if I wanted to, but if I did, I just won't stop.
And that's exactly the thing. If you justify killing Joker, like, there is a laundry list of villains that Batman would be obligated by the same moral standpoint to kill.
Okay, so at least in the comic book world, you will say that Batman's right. Not
Yes.
100%, right?
Because because this is again where we get to Superman. Like, because Superman, again, he is completely capable of taking over the entire world as a dictator.
Yeah, by the end of the day.
At the end of it, he can do that. The strongest restrictions would have to be on Superman. And that's why he has to be the Boy Scout Paragon nice guy, because as soon as he's not, then the world immediately starts quaking in fear at this literal god.
What, do you blame Superman's response though? In the Injustice how to say arc? Did you blame
Now,
Superman really?
here is this is where I actually think Superman was wrong, and it's not the killing of Joker. Here's
Okay.
where, because I'd actually point to a Superman parody that actually went into these things, and that's Watchmen.
Right.
Crap, I forget his name. 2 seconds. His name's John. Dr. Manhattan. Dr. Manhattan.
Shit. Yeah, give me 1 second, Gray. Anybody that's in the background, you guys will be in very soon. Okay, we just gotta hash this out. I want to see what Gray has to say about this. Okay.
So, Dr. Manhattan, after realizing that he is incompatible and too different from the people on Earth, and he's got a ton of power, at the end of Watchmen, he fucks off. That's the thing. Superman took out Joker, but fundamentally he lost everything, all his connections, all his family, everything he ever cared about on Earth was gone. And where I disagree is that he then was like, you know what, I'm taking over.
Well, would you also blame Superman's decision because of, how do I say, Batman's passive behavior in the sense of life or death? So the fact that Joker did all these horrendous things, but he was still left alive.
But he's left alive. It's not Batman's responsibility to end the Joker's life.
No, but at the same time,
there's a massive chain of people whose responsibility it was to take out Joker.
I know, but at the same time, throughout Joker's history, right? And of course, Joker has plenty of history. He was put in the prison or the asylum over and over and over and over and over and over again, no matter what he did, what kind of heinous acts he did. And knowing Superman, he may or may not known about it eventually, right? So all the chain of events, right, that Joker did throughout his villainous career all led up to his Lois and, you know, his unborn child being killed along with the rest of anybody that was in Metropolis.
That's the thing. Yeah, I understand where he's coming from there.
Right.
But here's the thing. Let's say Batman does it. Now Superman has to stop Batman, who's on a killing spree.
True. I see what you're saying, but if you had the power, right, you personally, hypothetically, if you were, you know, Superman and all you needed just a pair of glasses to hide your identity, all that shit. And something similar happened to you, or hell, it doesn't even have to happen to you. If you know you have the power to, how do I say, enforce the laws, would you?
That's the point where the laws, I'm not enforcing the law. I'm doing what I want.
True, but knowing, okay, I see what you're saying. Okay, this is your opinion. This is your perspective. I see what you're saying.
Like, that's the thing. Like, choosing to kill the Joker, yeah, by any legal standpoint, that's right. But I am not enforcing a law by doing it.
Right.
I'm just killing a man because I want him dead.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And once again, I understand it's a comic book world, right? It's not going to exactly reflect the real world, but I do see what you're saying.
Here's the thing. If I was in that situation, here would be the changing point. Yes, I'm going to go. I'm going to kill Joker. I'm going to do it in front of Batman. And I'm going to say, this is my gift to you. I have saved how many more countless lives of the people you know by doing this. Goodbye, my friend. And then I fuck off from the planet forever. I just leave them to their own devices and wash my hands of the entire affair.
Okay, and GG, I may not agree with Joker's solutions, but his analysis on Mars society is pretty much on point. I 1,000,000% agree. Joker's not an idiot. Joker has his own method to his madness, but
depends who writes. And we're talking Heath Ledger, The Dark Knight. Yes.
Yeah, it depends. I agree, but overall, right? At least in the movie sense, right? I didn't believe he was wrong one bit. I believe even in The Dark Knight, right? The movie was
straight up. The Joker won in The Dark Knight. The most unbelievable thing in that movie is that boat of prisoners was not sent fucking sky high within the first 10 seconds.
Yeah, I say that movie was about the Joker. It wasn't about the Batman.
No, well, that's really what it is. Like, Batman is a force of nature that you play society and the villains and the aspects of the world that they represent off of. Batman is not meant to be a malleable, ever evolving, ever adjusting character. He is a standard that you throw things at to see what happens.
Well, isn't Joker force of nature as well?
Yes, and that's why it's usually not about the Joker. I think one of the better examples, because that's the Dark Knight. It's not about Batman or the Joker. They're immovable. It's about Harvey Dent and Gotham as a whole.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. I agree. I definitely agree. But it's once again, which is why I love recent comic book movies or animated shows when it comes to DC. It's always, not always, it's usually about morality. Marvel doesn't touch up on that subject compared to DC because it's about the morality, it's about clashing ideologies, whoever's right or wrong. I
Yeah,
watch
Marvel.
Marvel for action, I watch DC for,
Plus,
moral stuff.
DC's a very black and white universe. There's clear good, there's clear evil, and there are opposing forces between the two. And there's a lot of other people who get caught up in the sidelines and need to learn moral lessons. Marvel has a lot more ambiguous characters, but their heroes are meant to grow, evolve, and change over time. That's why they're usually flawed.
That is true, right? Because Batman in the beginning used to yeet people with some firearms and stuff. So, I don't kill. No, according to issue 4 of your storyline, you didn't hesitate to go all mercenary on these thugs. So yeah, you're a hypocrite. But
So yeah, that's where I fundamentally disagree with Superman. He could absolutely have had his revenge, justified in doing so. Yes, saved countless more lives and avenged all those who died. But him fighting the rest, taking over Earth and killing other members of the Justice League, no, he's become worse than the thing that he destroyed. He should have had the decency to fuck off from Earth and never come back.
yeah, I see what you're saying. I'm gonna start adding people in right now. And what's it called? If I get cut off, then this stupid storm messed everything up. So let me start adding people. 3 and 3, Young Buddha, carry on. What's going on?
Oh, how you doing? It's working okay.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm doing great. But we're gonna start carry on. Based on what we just explained, who you believe when it comes to morals, ethic, values, literally the philosophy within the injustice storyline, Batman or Superman?
What's Batman
Superman.
that society?
You're going beep beep boop up on me, but carry on. Go.
Yeah, that I guess Superman's initial action of killing the Joker wasn't necessarily evil, but his actions afterwards caused everything to go downhill. Like Batman, let's say Batman's not an executioner; he's technically a protector. His role is not to kill. His role is to protect people and bring people who are doing these evils to the systems who's supposed to handle them. So Superman's initial action of killing the Joker is like, that's not evil, it's understandable. He has crossed the boundary for the last time, too many times he has been let go. The government hasn't dealt with him. Batman can't deal with him because it's his morals, and he's not technically not legally allowed to do it unless you be classed as a penitent criminal. So like Superman did the only thing that someone of his power could do. He is above the government, and so he's like, hey, I'm going to put the end to this person. Yeah, he did it for selfish reasons, out of vengeance and anger, but his actions were good in the end.
Yo, what up, guys? We need the
Hey, I did not hear you. your answer, carry on, but can
You
you?
didn't have my answer?
No, I had to plug in my phone. But can you repeat it one more time?
Well, I literally
Give me
said
a
Superman's
summary.
initial actions of killing the Joker. Yeah, Superman's initial actions of killing the Joker aren't evil, but his actions afterwards are.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree. That's why, at least with this initial situation, besides him going on a dictator, I'm Superman 1,000%. I'm on his side. Either Hermit.
Yeah, I don't see
Oh
Batman in the
shit.
wrong either.
Well, if you think about it, Superman went crazy after because not only did Lois Lane die, the Joker manipulated and tricked Superman into killing Lois Lane himself. So I think that's why he went off the
Yeah.
deep end and was like, fuck this, I'm about to be world leader, dictator type shit. So he did get a little overboard. But this kind of reminds me of I don't know if you watched the Daredevil TV show when the Punisher was in it. The Punisher was killing all the bad guys, everybody that he thought deserved to die. He killed them. And then he got into a fight with Daredevil. And he was like, you're a half measure. You lock these guys up. They get out the next day, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, honestly, we need like people like the Punisher because, you know, these people don't get in trouble really and they get let out. So.
Give me a second, Either Herman. Are we going to cover Iron Man and Captain America's viewpoints in Civil War? If you have time, yes, but if not, after Chronic's live stream, I'll be doing the late stream because I feel kind of bad that I made you guys wait 45 minutes.
Knocked him down. I
But
remember that line of him, the Punisher.
Also, Team Goku, fuck Superman.
but when it comes to what Superman has done, I would have done the same thing. You know, probably worse because don't get me wrong, you know, Batman and Superman, they're pretty much best friends. Like, would you guys
Yeah.
disagree?
Yeah, in the comics, they're like good friends.
And the fact that they're willing to have,
Do you know how fucked up it is?
well,
No,
yeah,
in that
like
story,
this-
like Batman knew before.
yeah, I know about the Injustice
Like Batman
story.
knew
Yeah.
that Superman had like no, he knew like Superman's child, like all its details before Superman. Like he was so
Well,
like they
Batman
were close
went
friends.
so far to where he knew how to take out like every single member of the Justice League, and then they found out and they got salty about it. But it was just, you know, Batman is, he's like 5 steps ahead of everybody.
Hey, contingency plan, and I agree what he did. We will touch on that in a bit. Honestly, thank you for bringing that up. But when it comes to Superman and Batman, how couldn't you be mad at your good friend because he let this villain run amok for all this time to the point where he got emboldened enough to yeet your entire city and kill your pregnant girl? Of course, Superman was going to get pissed off at Batman. Like, this is all on you.
And see, I get Batman's moral code, like it's noble, all that shit. But in real life, psychopaths like the Joker, they need to be taken out. That's where like the Punisher would come in handy because the Punisher, he'd take out the Joker fucking day one. He would not fuck around with that lock you up bullshit and then you break out and all that.
And I'm gonna paraphrase right quick because I played the Injustice games 1 and 2. I did read the comic as well, but when it comes to the game, I agree with Superman 1,000,000%. Where near the end of the game, and hey, if you guys are, oh, don't spoil anything. That game came out like 5-6 years ago. Okay, leave me alone. How many more lives, or how many more people are going to die before you realize that some lives need to be taken?
But didn't it get to the point where like Superman was basically oppressing everybody's freedom too?
Oh yes, but this was after in the video. But in the video game, this was after they took out Brainiac. That was one of the main villains, right? Superman wanted to yeet Brainiac to hell, and he will take over the ship that he was in. Batman's like, no, we need him alive so we can figure out a way to save the cities that he kidnapped and try to use as data. So Superman's like, no, screw that. You're always trying to save people. You're always trying to keep them alive. Some people need to die immediately. ASAP. They're just too dangerous to be left alive. What do you say about that? Carry on.
In that situation, I understand Superman on his logic. Like Brainiac is a galactic hoarder. He goes around planets and steals their major cities. So like it's like someone coming to Earth and like kidnapping London, America, some places in America like Washington or New York or LA, and nothing like going to India or Japan and stuff like. So yeah, Brainiac is crazy, but he shouldn't be kept alive. But
Okay,
I
well,
understand Batman's need to like.
Sorry, I need to.
What'd you say, Gray?
Sorry, but this just popped into my head. So like Superman says some people are too dangerous to be left alive. My counter argument. Like you.
Okay.
No, pretty much. I agree. Superman went full evil. Like
if Superman's gonna say some people are too dangerous to be kept alive, he falls into that category.
No, of course. That's what I'm saying.
He's obviously not going to delete himself.
But hey, he went full evil at the end. I completely agree, Gray.
No, but
at the same time, who is going to really hold? And once again, Superman is the ultimate power, right? Even though he was right or wrong, who's really going to check him besides Batman?
Gold Kryptonite going to check him. Batman could have killed him. Batman should have killed him right there.
The only one that can really go toe to toe with him is like Darkseid.
But see, even though that by the end of the game, Superman had this warped sense of justice, right? In order to be held accountable like that, you gotta be able to truly check him. And once again, even though that Batman and Superman are not on good terms, they were still civilized enough, because once again, they've been friends for the longest time, to even have that conversation, to even let Batman get that close.
Look, let's be honest. If we're going to go with people too dangerous to be left alive, a good chunk of the Justice League would need to die. And if Batman teamed, like, this is Lex Luthor's entire shtick. He hates Superman at his core because Superman is an alien. He is not loyal to Earth or humanity, and he can turn oppressor in a heartbeat. If Batman and Luthor teamed up because they both agreed that Superman was too much of a threat to be left alive, Superman would die.
But it would not have been an issue, right? Because Superman, all he's known was Earth, even though he knows he was different.
Yeah, so it was like his home. He was raised there since he was a baby.
It's the fact that Batman's passiveness to Joker's horrible behavior was like, all right, if you're going to let this happen, all these people dying or whatever, all this chaos and destruction because of your sense of, hey, we shouldn't kill people. You know what? Screw that. I have the capability.
Is Superman seriously going to lecture Batman on being a Boy Scout?
At times he did.
No, but that's the thing. Like, in terms of who's the bigger freaking Mr. Nice Guy, lets people live, treats everyone with kindness?
Before or after the situation?
Superman was the ultimate Boy Scout until that happened.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like Superman turning and then being like, all this shit you did in the past was wrong because I feel bad now. It's like, no, Superman, you have let fucking horrible people live for your own moral thing, for your own moral compass. You don't get to fucking bring up God knows how many years of letting criminals live as suddenly wrong just because your feelings are finally hurt.
Jellyman, I agree. Omni-Man is a well-written Superman. I agree 100,000,000%. I am a huge fan of Omni-Man.
Unfortunately, Superman would beat up Omni-Man, though.
Omni-Man, I'm a huge fan of Omni-Man. Huge. Because he's the most realistic quote-unquote superhero that actually is able to use his powers to influence the area or the world if you wanted to hell. And one of the episodes, Omni-Man yeeted the entire planet in like what? I'll say 10 minutes. Okay, maybe 15 minutes. No, my bad. It took a while to yeet the entire planet, but the entire segment you see how powerful he truly was, and if he wanted to,
10 minutes.
he
Okay.
could yeet
Maybe
Earth as
15.
well.
I watched
Someone-
this thing that put up all the like Superman guys, like Omni-Man, fucking basically anybody that's like similar to Superman, to see if any of them could actually go toe to toe with him. And unfortunately, Superman would still like whoop their asses from the research I did.
See,
But Omni-Man is way cooler though.
I definitely agree on Dick Chronic. I am not gonna try to argue Omni-Man, in my opinion. And when it comes to a character, it's better than Superman.
Yeah.
But at the same time, Isla Hermit, Superman has been around for so long and did so many battles. They made him godlike OP. He had God.
Yeah,
mode.
and from also what I've seen, basically he's as strong as they need him to be. So like he's got an unlimited power level pretty much. So if this story needs him to be this strong, he's that strong, which is stupid because sometimes you'll see like him getting beat up by one dude, and then in the next thing he's like annihilating planets.
So here's the big thing, right? We will go back to the Superman Batman thing later, because I am a huge Invincible fan. Like, I'm like, what the hell is an Invincible? I didn't know Invincible has been
Have
around.
you read the comics?
Yeah, the comics are
No,
dope.
not until recently. No, I haven't. I read the entire comic book. I read the entire thing from beginning to end twice. Okay, that shit is good, but I didn't know that Invincible has been around for around. I think it was 20
since the
years.
early 2000s.
25
Isn't it Dark Horse Comics?
No, Image.
Oh, Image. Yeah, I always
Yeah,
get the two
Image.
confused.
Yeah, I
It was
love.
made by the
I
same
love
guy
it.
that made Walking Dead.
So the big thing is when it comes to Omni-Man, I don't blame what he did, but I don't blame what Mark did as well.
Yeah.
So they're both were in the right. in a
And if
sense.
you think about it, Superman, if you had that much power, you would be corrupted by it. You would turn evil. Like you would not be some altar boy like Superman was. You would fucking be like, I have the power to do whatever the fuck I want and nobody can stop me. That shit would corrupt you.
So will you be evil or will you be evil to the people?
I don't think I'd be evil, but I'd do whatever the fuck I wanted to do and nobody would
But
stop
the
me.
people will perceive you as evil.
Yeah, they would definitely think I was evil.
Well,
Well,
after a period of time, you would
here's-
become evil.
Like, oh, you cut in front of me in line, laser your fucking head off.
Hey,
Well,
Gray,
that's
what'd
evil.
you say? Wait, hold up. Gray, what'd you say?
But that's where it gets to be interesting. Is like the idea of controlling the desire to control all life on Earth. That like, all humans on Earth. It's like, why is that really necessary? Like that's the thing. Like, if you are so emotionally attached to the end of human conflict that you're willing to become a dictator, but that's the thing. You're a god. Like, as a god, why the hell do I need any of these people to do what I want?
Because
Well, yeah,
if
it
you
prob-
have
it would-
a moral sense of justice, if you have moral sense of justice, right? If you feel that, hey, you know, as a person, I'm able to end all evil things. I don't want to go around and start, you know, punching people down the street and send them across the city, right? I just want to get to the point where, hey, I can end all wars. I can have people get along by force, even though that's nine times out of 10, that's not going to work.
Well, okay.
Well,
so
if you think
let
if you
me give
had that much power, you would like look at humans like ants.
Well, let's go the other way. That's the thing, Hermit. Like, do we care about ants?
No.
Do we care about their wars, their conflicts? Do we care about when two different ant colonies get into a war and completely wipe one another out?
But here's the big thing, though. Here's the big thing,
But
Greg.
then here's the other thing. End all wars. Well, let's look at how we've adapted to preservation. So forestry. There's some places that have extremely restricted logging, restricted brush clearing. And has that been good for the forests? No,
Nope.
It's been horrible for them. There's more forest fires than ever now.
But hey, there's a big difference.
There's no reason
right?
for that.
But here's a big difference. Okay, Superman known humanity ever since he was born. Humanity, in a sense, took care of him. He relates the most to humanity. So him himself, he doesn't see. I wouldn't see humanity as just ants if that was the case. If he came in as an adult, then yeah, it would be like Omni-Man. You know, he only saw his
Yeah.
wife as a pet. But when it comes to Superman, raised and being around society, around humans, even though he knows himself, he can just end humanity. He doesn't see humanity as ants.
Best thing, but it's the control of all of humanity that sticks to me. If he was like, you know what, I'm gonna find a spot. I claim this is my territory. Any human government that wants to take it can fuck around and find out. Anyone who wants to come and join and submit to me, they can. And I will protect them and keep their life safe from the horrors of the rest of the world.
Do you guys think you would be corrupted by that much? Say you woke up and you had Superman's powers. Do you guys think you would allow that power to corrupt you?
I
think
can say, hey, young Buddha, I'm gonna let you talk in a bit because you've been quiet.
yeah. I've been kind of quiet.
So when it comes to having that type of, let's say one day tomorrow, like, hey, you know, you can fly and throw a tank halfway around the world. Hell, you can throw it around the world. I won't say that I wouldn't get corrupted, but at least at the time being, but how do I say it? It'll be like a 60-40 ratio that I'll be corrupted or not, because it depends on what happens over time, right? In the sense of if something happens, right? If nukes start flying left and right, right? Like fireworks, I'll have the power to stop incoming nukes and stop other nukes from even, you know, flying out. And the fact that I'll be the last person that's closest to God, I will say eventually I may dictate what countries do. So I will say in the beginning, no, but over time, yes.
That actually reminds me of the story where Hulk gets black-pilled. Are you familiar with the what was his name when he had like the fucking gray hair? I forget.
But
Don't know.
Joe Vincent.
Yeah, he had like gray hair. It was in the future, and he was like unconscious for a while, and he woke up, and the whole world was fucking nuked. And then once he realized that, Maestro. Yeah, that's who it was.
About the Maestro.
Yeah, Maestro. So he wakes up and he realizes this wasn't a supervillain that did this; it was humanity. He just gets like super black pilled, dude. It's crazy. It's a great comic. You guys should check that one out.
Well, what's young Buddha got, and then I'll respond to Island Hermit.
Well,
so young Buddha, when it comes to the original question between Batman and Superman in the Injustice arc, who do you believe is correct?
I think Superman to a certain degree, as far as like, you know, some people don't deserve to live, and like kind of on the same points as you guys were saying. But I think one thing was I keep thinking back to when the Joker said it only takes one bad day for a man to go into complete chaos.
It only takes one bad day. Or what Heath Ledger Joker said, you know, madness is like gravity. All it takes is a little push.
Or like Punisher had a saying, it only takes one bad day away from being me.
And that's what I thought.
What'd you say,
that's what I believe what happened to Superman is that Joker just created the worst day Superman's had ever had. You know, his wife dying and everything, and then it completely flipped a switch on him.
So, do you really believe that, at least in the comic book sense, Batman is incorruptible?
Batman? No. I think the issue with him though is that, like, he doesn't want to kill, so I think why he doesn't kill is a little bit like he trusts the system so much that, oh, I'm just going to give you guys the criminals and you'll lock them up and you guys will take care of them because he hasn't power through the...
That's not why he doesn't kill. Batman is literally insane. He knows that if he starts killing, he will find multiple reasons to start killing more and more people.
And I understand that, but I feel like just a little bit of it too is that he's never really had to, like, all his wealth has been given to him. He hasn't really had to go through any of the hardships as far as, like, it's kind of he's got a full ride for life basically.
I'd say Batman went through the ultimate hardships. Watching his parents died totally turned, like, he would have been just like a normal businessman if he didn't watch his parents get murdered.
Well, so when it comes to, if you guys watch The Killing Joke, right? At the end, Joker made a joke about these two people trying to escape the asylum. One of them gets across, but lit a flashlight. Say, hey, we can use this flashlight to create a bridge. You can just cross the light. You'll be able to get over here. And then the other patient was like, no, what are you, crazy? You're just gonna turn off the light when I'm halfway. That's pretty much the dynamics of Joker and Batman.
I seriously saw that joke like 2 days ago, retold with fishermen in a fucking, like, one of those coffee news things they show at restaurants. Pissed me the fuck off.
Why?
Well, because they fucking took out the entire context of the joke.
Oh, okay.
Like, they made it about two fishermen, not two inmates in an asylum.
Yeah, that's beyond dumb. Yeah, screw that.
Yeah.
So when it comes to Batman, right? And Greg, can you finish? I didn't know that you were talking. My bad.
Yeah. Okay, so first off, that really is the thing, because if we're gonna argue all it takes is one bad day, Batman himself is an example of why that's not true. He had the worst day as a child, and he still managed to make something somewhat good at it. He didn't go Joker, even though he very much could have. And on top of that, like this is the thing. Yeah, Batman, it's not that he's incorruptible. It's that he's incredibly aware of how easily he could fall, how easy it is. He's probably fantasized about killing the Joker over and over and over again every fucking night.
I don't think it's just the Joker.
Oh no, probably not just the Joker.
Batman probably sees all criminals Batman sees all criminals the same. That's why he doesn't kill them.
But he's
because Batman knows if he kills one, he'll kill all of them. So that's a line he knows he cannot cross.
Wait, so here's a big question then. You guys know the character of the Batman Who Laughs, right?
Yeah.
Is that the representation of Batman if he started to kill?
No. There's technically Batman has a failsafe.
If Batman started, well, I know he has
I'd say Jason Todd Red Hood. Under the Red Hood's a great movie that way, because Jason Todd as the Red Hood is exactly who Batman would be if Batman let go of the whole no killing rule.
Oh, so you believe that Batman would be able to have enough morality to choose who to kill or not?
No,
that's the thing. He'd start, like, first he'd start with all the major killers. Then he'd move on to all the mafia heads. Eventually, like, I don't know if anyone here has read Warhammer 40K or is familiar with the lore. I know some people are talking about it.
Yeah, Conrad Kurz.
Conrad Kurz.
That fucker's fucked.
But in all seriousness, though, I see. Here's the thing, because if Batman is just as, how do I say, not just as crazy, but close enough along with the Joker, right? And I'm just talking just comic book sense. You really think that he'll have enough rationality like Red Hood? Or will he just eventually get to the point of the Batman Who Laughs, where he just doesn't care?
Eventually he'd get, after enough bodies have piled up, and he's probably had to kill some police at that point in order to keep himself from getting caught. Yeah, he would stop caring.
I forget the origin story of the Batman Who Laughs. I remember reading it a while ago, but I totally forgot it. I know it's like a different Earth Batman, right?
Yeah, the Joker's technically a walking Joker gas bomb. And if anyone kills him in close proximity, his body will release a bunch of gas that would transform them into himself after a period of time.
Yeah,
I remember now.
Even though Batman can't be, currently can't be drawn as somebody that yeets people to heaven left and right. What I see it is the Batman Who Laughs is a representation of if Batman didn't have a code of not killing.
And also Earth 2 Batman. Earth 2 Batman is technically Batman's dad, and he fucking uses guns and he kills everybody. He's like if the Punisher was Batman.
You talking about
I think it's
Flashpoint?
better.
Yeah, Flashpoint.
That's a different. Well, the best representation is recently they made a character that was technically more like the Punisher, but it's like Batman if he chose to kill as soon as his parents were shot. He picked up the gun and shot the killer. And it's
Yeah,
like
Flashpoint is Thomas Wayne. It's
Yeah.
I believe Bruce got murdered instead
mom
of
went
the
crazy.
parents, and then
Yeah.
the mom became the Joker, and then Thomas became Batman, but he's like Punisher Batman.
In
Yeah,
my opinion,
but I
that's a
think this-
way darker reality than Bruce Wayne's. In my opinion.
yeah, it's a
Yeah.
fucked up
Now, what do
timeline.
you guys think? Does the Punisher go too far?
What do
The
you mean?
Punisher's more
Uh,
sane
he-
than Batman.
Like
Here's
the
the
Punisher,
thing, the
basically, like if you do anything, he will like hunt you down. And like honestly, like out of all the heroes, I would not want to run into the Punisher because you're for sure going to die.
But like what Carrion said, the Batman, in my opinion, is definitely the most sane. Not Batman.
Well,
The
here's-
Punisher is the most sane.
here's the difference.
I don't know.
The
He's pretty.
the
I'd say the
Punisher-
Punisher's
what'd you
pretty
say, Greg?
insane.
So here's the thing: the Punisher does not have the extensive resources and tech capabilities, nor controlling a space station as Batman, and he also doesn't have the raw power of Superman. He
No, but
has
he's been known to take out like whole crime bosses and families
but
and
that's
stuff.
the thing. But he also can't go too far. He has to stick to the criminals because otherwise, they'll send the military, they'll send the cops. He is at the end of the day one normal, maybe exceptional, but normal man.
So what you say?
Yeah, but
he
I
has
mean,
no
like-
choice of being a one-man army.
Yeah, but I mean, like, do you guys think he goes too far with the killing?
No,
No.
He's really precise with who he kills. He wouldn't go after someone that has a like you say this. Someone frames me for I killed someone. He'll probably hunt me down, and after they find out the truth, he wouldn't kill me. He will actually want to find out if I actually did this action and so on. Like there's been many stories like the Punisher doesn't just kill certain people. Like okay, you're a drug addict. He wouldn't just kill them like that. But if you are like selling drugs to people and doing certain things, like if you stole something, I don't think the Punisher will go after you. Like if you just stole money from a bank and
I think if
through
you were a
hacking.
car thief, he'd probably delete you.
depends who is writing it, but I never seen him actually go after the petty criminals.
Like, have you guys watched the Punisher TV show? Dude, he gets so ruthless in that show.
yeah, I love it.
Okay, when was this TV show produced?
Like a couple years ago.
Yeah, that's the thing. All modern superhero incarnations, I have no faith in. Like,
I say this version
you
of
may as well
Punisher's
use
pretty good.
Ruby Rose Batwoman as an example.
What
at
about
that point.
Deadpool?
Deadpool's not sane.
No, Deadpool is just fucking
But-
crazy.
I'm
And
just
he's a
I'm just putting it
mercenary.
out there. I'm just putting it out there. Deadpool still works.
No, Deadpool kills like he will kill anyone if he
No,
feels.
but
like
what I'm
it.
saying is him as a I wouldn't even call him a superhero, but let's say in this sense, he does take out some bad guys. He still works.
You guys know Deadpool's the reason why the Venom symbiote's so fucked up because he was on Deadpool before he got on Peter.
No, one of the reasons why he's fucked up. There's multiple other hosts.
Yeah, I know
before
there's
that.
more, but like, Deadpool's
that's-
insane, so I'm sure that had a huge part.
I'm going to ask somebody else. Give me a second.
Yeah,
Dax,
but
make sure you're not too loud.
Is this good?
Yeah, but
A little bit lower.
This good?
Yes, that is good. All right, everybody. I want to hear. Oh damn! Somebody's name is with comics. Oh shit! It's about to get real. What's your perspective? And once again, we're gonna go back into the original topic. And Dax, before you start, my bad. 3-on-3. I'm a 3-and-3. I'm gonna start with you. Who's right in your opinion, Batman or Superman in Injustice?
I would. For me, I have to go with Batman because Superman he kind of speaks to the fantasy benevolent dictator, the all powerful, can do anything, but he contains himself. That's fantastic. From my point of view, the only reason Superman doesn't kill his enemies is because it's so easy for him. There's no challenge. It's like killing bugs. I mean, we kill bugs when we have to. Don't go outside and just
Going beep beep boop on
hit
me.
ants
3
from
and 3.
flying
You're
me?
breaking up. You're breaking up.
Oh, well, I'm sure I probably am. I
can hear you
think
now.
the storm
Okay.
is rolling in.
Okay, I can hear you now.
I think it's the benevolent dictator fantasy. You know,
Yeah,
he never resonated.
Breaking
And-
up again, man.
Yeah, StreamYard
and
fucking hates
Batman-
me, bro.
Yeah,
Try it one more
everything
time.
hates me, so I'm used to it.
But anytime you explain, you break up. But if we sidetrack, you speak clearly. Like, what the fuck? But
I
go
don't
ahead,
understand
continue.
it either.
yeah, but I heard what
But
you said. It was-
I side with Batman in that, and the whole thing with the Joker movie. I want to sidetrack that for just a second because I think a lot of people got the interpretation of that movie completely wrong, or at least short-sighted. Because they'll make a commentary about the tragedy of mental illness. That's the main part of it for me is it was the reflection of that society's completely broken right at the beginning when he shows that woman the card that explains his condition, and she just looks at him like she gets. There's no empathy out here anymore. None.
well, why would you need
Zero.
empathy for a random person?
Well, I'm just saying she just looks like she hated her life and everything around her.
Yeah,
And
I think most people got that. Like it was the mental illness of one person and how society is decaying. I think most people that were intelligent,
Yeah, and that's why-
I have talked to.
It's such a persistent anti-hero. That's why they keep bringing him.
whoa,
He
Link, Link.
resonates with us like nobody else.
Hey,
You know.
Link, relax. Okay, relax. What you're saying right now?
I see him. I see him down there going off. But
Relax.
it's kind of like when Hunter Thompson wrote about Nixon, talked about our Barbie doll president with his Barbie doll wife and his box full of Barbie doll children. He was also has answered the monstrous Mr. Hyde, as he puts it. He speaks to the werewolf in us. Joker does too, and that's why they keep bringing him back because
Okay.
he resonates so much. They can't get rid of him. It would be boring without him. You know,
That is true.
and Batman. You know, I mean, I experienced something similar to what Bruce Wayne did. You know, but something just maybe worse, maybe not, depending on perspective. I understand that mindset to be able to go evil, but not to go evil. You know, I understand it firsthand.
I agree, man. I agree.
Totally get it.
We're gonna get back to you in
Yeah.
a bit. We'll get back to you in a bit, man. Dax,
All right.
What's going on?
so what's your perspective? Who's right, Batman or Superman, when it comes to injustice?
Okay, so just for clarification here, because I'm not as familiar with the DC Universe comics as I am with Marvel. That's
Right.
not really more my speed. The context here is, correct me if I'm wrong, Superman's perspective is don't kill your enemies no matter what, and Batman's is it's okay to kill them given the proper context. Is that right?
No.
Other way around.
Yeah,
Other way
No,
around.
no, not even other way around. Both of them were don't kill, period, until super. Okay, seriously, what human had Superman killed prior to the events of Injustice?
Okay, humans, none. Like
That's the thing.
abnormal
He was okay,
creatures
like-
that have no sense or mind.
That's
But yeah,
the thing. Batman's killed fucking alien invaders and shit too when that comes. It's humans that make the difference here. both of them had not murdered a human in cold blood up until the events of Injustice, and they had that as a principle.
Yeah.
So, Dax, pretty much, Batman, he has a no killing rule. Superman, because of the events that Joker, he pretty much yeeted his entire city with a nuke, along with Lois and his unborn child. Superman was sick of, being passive when it comes to criminals, and he switched over to, you know what? Anybody that tries to do some horrendous stuff, I'm a yeet them to heaven. What do you have to say about that, Dex?
So in that case, I'm gonna have to go with Superman solely because, okay, as a hero, superhero, anti-hero, what have you. Eventually, you're okay. So your principle is I'm protecting, my people or the world I'm surrounding, whatever. I'm protecting these people. There comes a certain point where you see a particular pattern recognition in the form of a villain, and he just keeps killing people, killing people, killing people. Eventually, you're going to have to draw a line and say, okay, you've killed enough people. I take you out just because this is my duty. I have a duty to protect these people. If you've killed 1 million people or so on, I got to put you down. Like, you're more trouble than you're worth.
It's a moral thing. Yeah, I definitely agree. If I was in Superman's shoes as well, I would not hesitate to take down a dangerous man like the Joker. Right. But people's only issue is eventually Superman didn't stop with just the Joker. He would just, well, like how people say, like he just over time got corrupted.
Yeah, and see, therein lies the problem. Well, okay, where is the line drawn for me? What is this going to develop into a bloodlust for me? Am I going to lose sight of who I am as a hero? There is that, definitely.
So I'm not saying that Batman is wrong in his own view to an extent, right? Because in my opinion, Batman should have yeeted the Joker a long time ago. But of course, if they yeet the Joker, they won't have a story. So I understand that.
Yeah, I understand that too.
Another stream that might be worth having, because it diverges pretty hard from this one, would actually be all the different possessors of a Death Note in the manga/anime series.
You really want to go down that rabbit hole?
I think that would be interesting as kind of a sequel to this one.
Well, I am going to have a stream right after the Chronic stream.
Yeah, we got to get into Captain America versus Iron Man first. Yeah. So maybe a different stream entirely.
Okay. It depends on how far the rabbit hole goes with that one.
Are you guys going to get into the Captain America Iron Man on this stream or a different one?
Different one, because under Chronic stream is starting in like 30 minutes.
All right.
So
I got a funny story when it comes to that one.
Hey, chat, if you guys willing to stay up long enough, I will be having a late night stream, because I believe this conversation will definitely go down the rabbit hole, and I also believe there will be a good amount of arguments.
And who needs sleep anyway?
You don't until you fall asleep and you wake up 20-something hours later.
Nah, man, I don't sleep.
That's true.
You just got to do cat naps like Napoleon. 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there. Eventually, you've slept 8 hours and you haven't even slowed down.
For me, I'm that rare guy that only needs around 3 hours, maybe even 4 hours a night.
Well, you're a skeleton. You're undead, so that doesn't count.
Hey,
exactly.
Don't be a fucking racist.
Hey, I can't be racist to skeletons.
Yes, you can.
You're white boned. You're white.
He's a skeleton. Don't fucking trust him.
How do you know what my skin color was before I
don't care. You're a skeleton now, boy.
Oh, how dare you? Oh,
he's racist.
Pro bones. Pro bones.
Don't be an awesome phobe.
I'm a shroom
soprano. Get back to this car again. So yeah.
But okay, but we're gonna start with Gray. So, what would you do? Okay, how do I say? Because I'm trying to think about it right now. Hey, 3 and 3, you got music playing in the background?
Oh, sorry about that. That's just me hammering some stuff out. I'll kill it.
I was going to ask right quick. Give me a second. Give me 1 second, because I had the question.
Just working on some riffs, dude.
Okay. So
I'll mute myself.
Grave, would you have done what Superman has done if he went through that? If you went through that situation that he did, would you go apeshit on your close friend that has the complete opposite perspective on not to kill, right? But in the process, the fact that he didn't and the Joker ruined your city and your family, would you have done the same thing that Superman has done?
No. First thing, kill Joker? Yes. But at that point, I'm also hanging up the cape. And I'm either finding my own corner of Earth to fuck off to, or I'm leaving the planet entirely.
Okay. We're gonna go to Young Buddha next. Young Buddha.
Yep.
So if you were in Superman's position, right, and you're one of your closest friends or your best friend had this sense of no killing, even though that person is a piece of trash, but in the process, he eated your entire city and your woman and your unborn child in the process, would you have done the same thing that Superman has done?
What's 18 more years? Make another kid.
Well, damn.
Nah, it's an Ani-Man reference right there.
Yeah, I understand, but why?
Well, I think that, it's a whole city, and I understand that, but it's like he's so all-powerful, I know he cares for it, but after, who knows what Superman's lifespan is. After a while, you're going to just that's a new city. I'm just going to take over that one. I'm going to protect that one, find a pretty girl there, make another kid, just move on.
But the fact that your best friend's passiveness caused the destruction of your city and the death of your girl and your unborn child, you wouldn't have something against his sense of morality?
I probably have it more against him and not the sense of morality, because it was more of his decision not to, and not his. I understand it was his code, but it's more
because
the
of your
inaction.
passiveness. Yeah, I agree. But because of your passiveness, my life got fucked. So I'm gonna do it my way now. I'm gonna go with this new philosophy of the fact that I have the capability to end wars and stuff. I'm gonna just do that.
Yeah,
And
but then again, if you obviously he does go all dictatorship because
eventually, because the people weren't happy that he was pretty much putting them under his boot.
I mean, if you try to prevent every single argument in existence, prevent all wars, that's impossible. War is a part of life, almost.
True. I agree.
Oh, sorry, Yeetus, I got good news and bad news.
What's up?
Chronic stream is now moved to 11 o'clock.
Oh, I guess he likes this conversation. I guess he likes, you know what? Let me listen to this for a couple more hours.
I actually saw that on YouTube's homepage too. I was actually going to chime in and say that. Sorry.
All right, too easy then. Then we got plenty of time to go to the other, the Marvel side. But Young Buddha.
Yep.
I see where you're coming from. I definitely see what you're saying. So,
I would also say probably is that. Oh damn! I lost my train of thought.
I understand. Hey, take your time.
Yeah.
So, I'm gonna go to Ali Herman. Ali Herman, if you were in Superman's position in Injustice, would you have done the same thing?
Yeah, I probably would have done the same thing because, like I said, the thing that made Superman snap wasn't just Lois dying and the city being destroyed. It's he was tricked and manipulated to kill Lois himself. Because if I remember correctly, he was hallucinating because a drug the Joker gave him, and when he came to, he was like, "Oh fuck, I killed the love of my life and my child." But yeah, let's
Would
face it,
you
this was.
eventually blame your friend for even leaving this psychopath alive?
I don't know if I would have blamed my friend, but it probably would have definitely put me on the dark path. But let's be honest, if I had Superman's powers, that shit would have corrupted me a long time ago. And think about this. Superman is the ultimate Giga Chad. Why the fuck is he so obsessed, like, and simping over Lois Lane? Like, dude, you're a god. You can literally have
Chad,
anybody.
Giga Chad or Blue Pill Alpha?
Well, yeah, he's a blue pill alpha, but think about that. If he was red pilled, why would you just settle for Lois Lane? You're a god. You could have any woman you want on Earth, and you're gonna freak out over Lois Lane, who, remember that one comic, she was even like, "Oh, could I do better than Superman?" And she was considered monkey branching. I'm like, bitch, you're really gonna try to
Was that
find a
real?
guy better than Superman?
Was that real or was that like a parody thing? So
No, it was real.
Well,
Okay.
here's the big thing, right? When it comes to dealing with the Lois Lane thing, I highly doubt he had how do I say? He never had a red pill moment based in the comics. He never really had to deal with any type of red pill moment because everybody loved him. You know, like he's Superman. Like
Yep.
Well,
Yeah, he always had
well,
ultimate power, so.
well, no,
Well, he
that's
was
actually
Clark
kind
Kent
of,
at the same time.
well,
What'd
but
you say, Gray?
but that's the funny thing. It's because he also was Clark Kent, as Carry On
Yeah.
said. So basically, Lois, if she like, he was both friend zoned and the Alpha Chad.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
that's
'cause
why
think
I
about
say
it.
Blue Pill Chat, Blue Pill Alpha.
Well, no, that's the thing. Like
Paradox.
as Clark Kent, he was friend zoned. Like that's the thing. Lois,
Okay, as
like,
Clark
he
Kent,
was,
I
he was
agree.
in the
Okay.
situation where he would experience the dual face nature of a woman because Lois would probably fucking cancel on him and make some bullshit excuse or lie to him to go be with Superman.
Well, yeah, if you think about it, if Superman and Clark Kent made a date with Lois, I know they're the same guy, but she would fucking stand up Clark to go for Superman. And it's like they're the same dude, and you're a dumb bitch because literally he just took his glasses off and you can't tell the difference.
Well, no, it's not only that, it's also demeanor entirely.
Yeah,
Like-
and then depending on
Like,
which
Clark
era.
Kent acts like a fucking bitch. Which
Yeah.
is kind of hilarious because that shows how Superman sees humans.
But
Superman is
even
like,
though
I need to pretend to be human. I gotta pretend to be a fucking wimp.
But
Yep,
even
to be
though he had the alpha genes, right? That's why I tell the chat, you can have all the good genes that you want, but if you really trying to deal with a woman, you really have to have some type of game. That's no choice. 'Cause
You
once
could be
again-
out of this world, but they would still reject you.
Oh, true. But once again, it's all about how she feels. That's how you be able to get far if you want to deal with a woman. You have to manipulate her feelings. That's it.
Right. Let me ask this too.
Oh,
For
sorry.
whoever asked, or whoever claimed Superman would just go to a new city and say and find a new girl and impregnate her. Don't you think that new girl would do the same thing that Lois Lane did here? Think about that.
Most likely, yes. Yes, she would do the same thing.
And not to shoot anyone's point down. I'm just saying, like, that's something you have to think about.
Well, it all depends on the woman, but 9 times out of 10, she would have done the same thing because Clark Kent, he was, even though he had the alpha genes, he was definitely a little, bitch soy boy. So
Right.
Well, I guess the question was more of like, what would you do in that situation, not what Superman should have done in that situation. Like, I
Wait.
guess the question was more towards like, what would you do in that
question.
situation?
Yeah. So
And it's like Captain America is like a weaker version of Superman because he kind of like has the all American, do no wrong attitude also, and he's kind of also nerdy. So like when he's Steve Rogers, he's invisible, but when he is Captain America, all the girls want him.
I agree.
Are you talking about the comics or the movies?
Probably the movies. But we're gonna go to we didn't go to you yet, Carry On. So Carry
Yeah.
On. When it comes to let's say you're in Superman's place and your best friend's passiveness on letting a cycle live and eventually eating your entire city, your girl and your unborn child, what would you do? Because at least when it comes to me, I will be beyond pissed off with my close friend.
I wouldn't lie and say I wouldn't be angry. I was thinking, if I was expecting my child was soon to be born, I was extremely happy the day before, and after this shit happens, yeah, I'll be upset. I'll be really upset with him, and yeah, he would probably understand. Like, okay, I fucked up because in the story he did say that, but I wouldn't go to the extent of like, I'd be like, I need to cool down. I need to go somewhere and relax. He still had his parents there, though his adopted parents. So he could have went to someone, and his dad's AI. So he could have went to them and like, this happened, and tried to calm down. But
See,
after
that's
that,
a big thing. Batman did say that actually. Like Superman needs to calm down and
yeah, but he had
take time
Wonder
to
Woman
grieve.
who was a super megalomaniac hoe who wanted to take over the world, trying to.
yeah, like he told Superman, "Hey, take time to grieve. Like right now, you're not in your right mind."
Oh yeah, don't trust bitches, man. Don't trust bitches. Wonder Woman fucked up everything.
Yo, Superman, Wonder Woman is the worst character in the Injustice arc, in my opinion.
She's so evil.
Evil. Beyond. See, I see Wonder Woman as a woman that doesn't have to hide her nature.
Yeah, because she's almost as strong as Superman, so she can kind of do whatever the fuck she wants to do also.
And plus,
And
she
Wonder
was
Woman loves
very,
you.
she was very, like
Gung
Superman.
ho.
Yeah, Superman is my man type shit.
Yeah. But hey, guys, I'm about to hop off. I'm about to head out to the gym, so I just wanted to call in for a minute.
It's all good after the gym because we're probably gonna be on for a minute. If you want to join back, we're probably gonna be talking about the Marvel stuff.
Yeah, I actually got a story about the Captain America Iron Man. If you want me to wait, or I can say it now before I head out.
I say save it for later. Save it.
All right. Yeah, I'm about to hit an epic upper body workout, so
Better take a ride on the incline. Let's go.
Hit that shit,
I'm gonna
bro.
start off with the incline bench.
Honestly, I need to start hitting. Like, I'm gonna keep it real. I haven't been doing incline lately.
Dude, incline is the best chest workout. So I mainly focus on incline, bench or dumbbell. I actually kind of like dumbbell better because you get a better range of motion. And dips and fucking like my like jacked friends in the gym be like, dude, what the fuck do you do to get your like chest looking like that? All I do is fucking incline bench and incline dumbbell press, and it's like an optical illusion that makes your chest look bigger than what it really is.
You gotta do regular bench. You gotta do incline bench. You gotta do DB flies. You gotta do all
Nope,
that
I don't
stuff.
do none of that. I do incline and I do dips and I do push-ups.
How are you gonna say you don't do none of that? You just said incline. I
Well,
mentioned incline.
Yeah, but I don't do flat. That's what I meant.
I was about to say.
I don't do flat.
But don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that you don't do it. Clearly, your avatar says otherwise.
Yeah.
But
yeah, if you guys hit incline bench 3 days a week, your chest would be like a fucking suit. It would look like it was chiseled from like fucking Greek armor.
But I'm gonna warn you, incline, at least in my opinion, is harder than regular bench.
It is.
Agreed.
That's why when you get good at it, people look at you like you're crazy. Like I'll do 100-pound dumbbell incline dumbbell presses, and it feels good. So.
But go ahead and take your pre-workout. Are you taking pre-workout?
Yeah, I just smashed some before I got on, so I got to get to the gym before it fades. I did a scoop and a half of lit, so.
I bet your face hurts right now, does it?
No, dude, I'm so used to pre-workout. Honestly, I should cycle off. Like my heart's probably gonna explode one day.
See, that's how I know you work out. Because if you've been working out and actually take, pre-workout, because not all people take pre-workout, I understand, but majority of gym goers they take pre-workout, and if you go often, the stuff doesn't affect you as much as
Yeah, like
a newbie.
honestly, I should take like a month or two off just so I can like get that feeling back. It's like kind of like when you like smoke, you smoke weed or drink. Like the first time you're like super fucked up, but then you do it for so long, you kind of like are used to it. It's like pre-workout. You should like cycle off of it, and I haven't done that for like 8 years. So
It just feels like that you'd be able to take down a tree with your teeth. That's pretty much how I could describe it.
Turns you into a
Pre-workout.
beaver. Okay.
Yeah, no, literally. Fuck it. Like it's
Sorry.
just like you feel like you can take on the world fuck it 20 times. Like you can take on the galaxy. Depending on which pre-workout you take out, like lit is a great one.
Lit is the best pre-workout.
Yeah, I have the gummy worm flavor and the Jolly Rancher flavor.
Yeah, I have the gummy worm, dude. The gummy worm is so good.
I'm telling you, man, it is insane. And the fact that now they're making pre-workout that's like zero sugar or something like that, or zero.
Yeah, most pre-workouts have like almost no calories anyway. Like they might have like 25 calories at the most, which is like nothing really.
Wait, hold up. Wait. You stay here for a second before you leave.
All right.
Pre-workouts give me nosebleeds sometimes, but it's pure DMMA though, not mixed. Kind of makes your teeth hurt too. Didn't like it too. How the fuck is pre-workout make your nose bleed, bro? You good?
I know. How many scoops are you doing? Like I had a friend at a party. We dared him to snort pre-workout, and his nose didn't even bleed.
I only
could
take
be,
one.
I want to know what kind of pre-workout he's doing
Yeah,
at this point.
I only take one scoop. Years ago, I took 2 scoops, but even then, I feel like I was gonna die. when I
It could
took
be
2
just the
scoops.
thin nasal membrane in general, increased blood pressure causing nosebleeds, period.
God damn! Like I never seen somebody get a nosebleed because of pre-workout.
Well, you can be like that one guy that took like 6 to 8 scoops just so he could get up and vacuum, and then he died.
Jesus Christ.
What?
Yeah, it was a real story. This guy, he was some lazy fuck, and he took like 6 to 8 scoops of pre-workout just so he could get motivated to vacuum, and he died.
Jesus. Well,
I just need a shot of
did know
whiskey.
somebody that passed away when I was in the military because of pre-workout. They took 2.5 scoops and they
Yeah,
were
that's-
doing the physical fitness test. And while he was doing the run, because that was, at least when I was in, that was one of the requirements. After he hit the, I think it was around half mile, he just dropped dead.
yeah.
I'm like,
I never take more than like a scoop and a half, and that's pushing it. Like, don't do 2 scoops. Like, do one and then take it from there, but don't get crazy with it, guys, because
don't do it.
pre-workout will kill you if you abuse it.
Don't do it. I went too far with 2 scoops. I really believe I was having the palpitations. It was not a good feeling. I'm letting you know right now.
I had that happen to me too. I got a free sample pre-workout at GNC, and it was 2 servings, but I thought it was 1, and I mixed it all in a water bottle and smashed it, and I was on the bench, and dude, my heart was fucking like skipping beats, and I had to leave, man. I felt like shit.
So here's the big thing that I'm asking the chat. Everybody in the chat right now, I repeat, everybody in the chat, do you want me to create another live stream with Island Hermit and Ribby the Party Frog when it comes to gym and your health? Put a 1 in the chat if you do, because
Father
if that's the
Saunders
case,
would be a good guy to bring into that too.
Oh.
He's a total gym rat.
yeah, I forgot about that dude. I haven't heard from him in a minute. Yeah, I'll bring all these guys. Put a 1 in the chat if you want me to do that this week. I'll be able to bring everybody together and we'll be able to talk about health and stuff again. Because
I think that would be a great. Honestly, dude, I think that would be a great stream. Because most people I talk to, they don't know shit about fitness. I ask them, what is your workout routine? What are your calories? They don't know. They're like, I'm doing a bro split, which is the worst fucking split to do. and they're not counting their calories, and like there's so much like misinformation when it comes to fitness, so it kind of sucks. Like I had a new guy at my work that I'm training on my machine, and he was like asking me about fitness and stuff, and I pretty much like pointed him in the right direction, and he just had nowhere to start.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I will invite Chronic, but Chronic, you don't invite Chronic. He just arrives. So
But yeah,
enough.
dude, it's to the point now, like at my main job, I'll have like my boss asking me stuff about fitness because it's like clear that I like lift and I know what I'm talking about. So like my boss, he'll like call me into the office. I think I'm in trouble. And then he's like, do you think I should be doing this workout program and blah, blah, blah? And I'm like, this is really what you grabbed me for?
But before Island Hermit leaves, chat, if you want to really feel great as a man physically, if you really want to have the time of your life, that dopamine and all that stuff, I'm telling you, lay off all the junk food and all that crazy stuff. Not saying you could drink, but do it in moderation and hit the gym like a motherfucker. Your testosterone will come in naturally. And I'm telling you, as a man, it's literally one of the greatest feelings ever.
Honestly, as a man, there's no excuse for you not to be doing something. You should be doing some sort of resistance training, whether it's calisthenics, weight training. You should be doing something. Like, you only have one body on this planet, and why would you want that vessel that you're in to be like a fat piece of shit that gets tired going up the stairs? You know what I mean?
In my opinion, it's your obligation as a man to be the best version of yourself physically, in my opinion.
Like right now, I'm going to the Big Island of Hawaii in 3 weeks to buy land. So I reduced the calories to 2,000 calories because I want to I'm going to fucking Hawaii, dude. I gotta look good. So
when it comes to sugar, I agree. See, I know I'm getting off topic, Chad. I know, but when it comes to sugar, I haven't touched that since I was 15 years old. In a sense of, don't get me wrong, I'll be like, if somebody offers me like a fun size, candy bar and stuff, I won't say no, but I won't be actively going out there, drinking all this soda.
You're more on that keto shit, though.
Well, true, but even before I did that, I guess it's a part of getting older, in my opinion, where since you're not moving as much and you don't need as much energy, you won't be seeking out glycogen or sugar as much. So, but if you were, beyond active, like Island Hermit, right, you'll be more prone to eat stuff like rice, oatmeal, bread, all that, because that's immediate energy. What'd you say?
For your post-workout meals, do you eat carbs?
Post? No.
Yeah, post-workout, because I feel like post-workout meals, like the important time to eat carbs, because you have to, you just like did a workout, you expended all your glycogen in your body, and you have to replenish that glycogen.
When I do have like an intense workout day, I eat it early in the morning.
Yeah, I always try to get protein and carbs right after my workout.
After protein, yes, but carbs, no.
Yeah. But like I said, what you're doing is a little bit different because your diet is like more keto, and I don't really do keto. So
well, I understand, because once again, you're not trying to lose weight, right?
Well, right now I'm trying to lean out a little bit, but
right, I'm trying to get back to that lean and mean physique. Then I will incorporate carbs and stuff again, so I can get that, get a little bit swole. So, when it comes to sugar and stuff, as I got older, my intake of sugar went down dramatically, keto or not. It's just the fact that as an adult, you don't really need as much energy as before.
Yeah, and it all depends on your activity level too.
I'm telling you, I can eat a half-gallon of ice cream in one sitting. I can eat an entire pack of deluxe cookies in one sitting when I was younger. I'm telling you. Well, what's up?
Like, I'm not gonna lie, dude. When I'm bulking, I'll eat like fucking Pop-Tarts and fucking burgers and shit because you got to eat like 3,000 plus calories. So that's why bulking's fun, dude. You kind of get to eat foods that are more enjoyable.
Yes, and I don't eat any type of junk food unless I go to the gym. So even when I was younger, that was my rule. If I don't go to the gym, you don't get any junk food.
Like when I'm bulking, dude, I eat Pop-Tarts every day.
Pop-Tarts are great, but I get sick of them very easily.
Yeah.
That's just me. But in the sense of having the sugar intake and stuff, gentlemen, unless you're actually having a active lifestyle similar to either Hermit, you don't have to go as hard as him. But if you don't have a similar lifestyle as him, I highly suggest that you back off from the fast food and all the sugary sweets and stuff because you won't see
Yeah.
any results.
And like at the
fast
end
food
of the day,
is poison anyway.
well, it depends. Like,
Depends,
what are your
because
goals?
When I was younger, I ate a shit ton of fucking McChickens.
Now,
Like,
if
it
you're
was
trying to
cheap,
bulk
ready to
up,
go. What's up?
if you're trying to bulk up, a little bit of fast food won't kill you. Like, yeah, is it good for you? Probably not. But if you need those calories, it is an effective way to get the calories you need.
Exactly. And don't get me wrong, eating a lot of junk food every day, that's not a good idea. But when it comes to cheat day, at least, I eat like fucking 7 or 8 McChickens when I was younger.
That'd be like The Rock, dude. You see The Rock's fucking cheat days.
All
Yep.
the pancakes
A
and
pepperoni
brownies.
pizza.
Yeah, pancakes and brownies and he ate something else. Give me a second. Fuck. I forgot. But
Steroids.
he drinks his tequila that he released a couple years ago. If you know what I'm talking about. The Rock, he released his own brand
Oh,
of
yeah.
liquor.
Oh, I didn't know that. But yeah, I'm going to say this and then I'm going to hop off. Basically, fitness is all about manipulating calories. You need to figure out what your maintenance calories are. If you need to lose weight, eat 500 calories less. If you need to gain weight, eat 200 to 500 calories more. So,
Yeah, in the most basic sense, right? Because losing weight or physical activities and stuff, it's a science. But in the
yep,
most
the
basic
laws of
way,
thermodynamics.
like what Isla Herman said, the most basic thing that you can understand is calories in, calories out. We worry about the more specific things later, but at the same time, all you need to do if you want to lose weight or gain weight is eat less or eat more.
Yep. But yeah, dude, I'm gonna jump off. Always nice being on. And if you want to do a stream about fitness, man, just hit me up. I'm always down on that topic. I got infinite knowledge when it comes to that.
Oh, that will definitely be most likely tomorrow for sure.
All right, bet.
But peace out, man. Hopefully you get that gains, get the upper chest going with that incline.
Yep. And in 3 weeks, when I'm at the Big Island of Hawaii, if I have internet, I'm gonna do like a hiking stream or something. So that should be cool. I'm gonna go check out Volcanoes National Park. So
That'd be interesting. I'll definitely watch that video.
it all depends if I got internet or not, though. So
Okay, man. Thank you for joining. Thank you for the knowledge of fitness, and definitely see if you can join tomorrow.
yep. All right. Peace, guys. Nice talking to everybody.
Get those gains, bro.
Pony
Oniti.
So
So
I'm gonna add. Oh, what's up, young Buddha?
I was gonna say you need to do more incline presses because you need to target all those ribs.
They'll make no gains whatsoever because I'm just bones. I'm just nothing but bones. But I'm gonna add pragmatic man. Pragmatic man,
Eh?
you there?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Loud and clear.
So when it comes to the topic that we were talking about today, and soon we will move over to Marvel, okay? But the Injustice storyline between Batman and Superman, who do you believe is correct?
At first, I'd say Superman, and then later it'd be Batman.
Okay, so if you were in Superman's position where because of Batman's passiveness on his mortal enemy, and it led to the point of your entire city being yeeted, and along with your girl and your unborn child, would you have done the same thing that Superman has done?
I would not have, but I understand where he's coming from and his point of view. But like
Okay.
when it comes to Batman's point of view was really stupid. Just the idea that of like not killing somebody just
Right.
because of his own moral code. If anything, it's just basically and him stopping other people from doing it. Like for instance, the idea of like the Red Hood is like a complete foil to him. Like the whole how his character began.
So when Damian, I think this is his second Robin or third Robin?
Second,
Second.
You're talking Jason Todd. Damien was the fourth.
Jason
Robin.
Todd, yeah.
Oh, fourth Robin. Oh shit.
Oh,
Yeah.
fourth
No,
Robin?
Jason-
I thought
Jason
fourth
Todd-
Robin was that
Jason-
chick.
No, it was Dick Grayson as first Robin.
Yeah, I
Jason
know
Todd
that.
as second Robin.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then Tim Drake as third Robin. And
Yeah.
then you got Damian Wayne as fourth Robin.
And that became
No, I thought he's fifth Robin.
Nightwing,
He's fifth
right?
Robin because there's a girl. There's that girl that's considered Robin.
So Damian is the latest Robin?
Yeah, he's the fifth.
Shit, I need to brush up on my comic book lore. But Dick, he became Nightwing, right?
Yes.
Okay. And who's the one that became Red Hood?
Jason Todd.
Jason. Okay. So when it comes to Damian, right? At least in the Injustice lore, in the video game, if you guys watch the cutscenes or whatever, he confronted an inmate that had 120 something murders, and Damian's like, "All right, I'm gonna slit your throat now." Would you guys agree that what he did was right or no?
Yes, I'd agree if it was right.
What about you, Gray?
I mean, yeah, it seems reasonable. 120 bodies under, you've probably saved at least one more by offing the guy. And it's not like he's got some sort of long-standing moral compass.
But Batman got so upset though. He's like, this isn't what we do here. Why are you going around and killing people?
He's like the absolute moralist view.
Yeah.
Like you shall not kill bullshit.
I agree.
You know?
I agree. Yeah. And
there is times to kill somebody or like so especially when they've done something like that.
what about Young Buddha? Young Buddha,
Yep.
would you agree with Damien's decision if you play the video game Injustice, or you've heard of it or whatever?
I
would
haven't
you-
seen a lot of it.
No? Okay, but Damien, he killed the inmate that was responsible with over 100 murders. And
100?
over 100, and Damien slit his throat like the inmate. We talking about the fifth Robin, and Batman got very upset about that. So, would you agree that Damien did the right thing?
Yeah. Like, okay, I understand like a little bit on maybe where Bruce's frustration comes in, like, you know, it's kind of going against what his teachings, but I would say that like the life sentence was, I mean, the death sentence or whatever was implemented for like 2 murders, so 100, like that's a lot.
Okay. Carry on. Then we'll go to Dax. Carry on. Is he there? No, Karen's not here.
Hello?
Okay.
I'm sorry if I'm a bit stale. I'm kind of working on some art stuff.
No, it's all
Okay.
good, young Buddha. But
Okay.
would you agree with what Damien did, Carry On?
And then heckler, yeah, this one's throat, was it?
Well, Damien, the fifth Robin, at
Whose
least in the
throat
video,
did he slit?
yeah, he slit an inmate's throat because he was responsible for over 100 murders.
Oh yeah, I see. My sense of morality and justice is a little bit more old-fashioned, I guess. So yeah, I'm fine with that. I guess I understand why Batman could be pissed off because Damien is not a normal kid or person anyway. He's an assassin, trained assassin from a young age. So it's like trying hard to help someone else on really like on hard drugs, and they go back into it. So it's like, yeah, I can understand where he gets pissed off there, but there are certain people when they cross a certain threshold of damage they have done to people, they have lost their right to life, technically.
Okay, and the last person, Dax.
So the way I see it, you can abide by certain morals and certain codes, but there does come a time where your humanity takes over your morality, and you just go, okay, sometimes rules have to be bent and even broken. Like like when I mentioned earlier, eventually you have to realize, okay, this person is doing too much. This person is just too royally fucked up. I got to do something about this. If it means taking his life, so be it. If I just saved the entire planet eventually from being annihilated, okay, even if it means my death, I just saved billions of people. I don't give a shit. That's
So, Dax. So, to follow what you're just saying right now, I saw what Francesco was saying. If you follow a code, you need to be willing to betray it.
yeah. Now, you have to be willing to betray it to a certain extent, is kind of the way I see it as well. Is like you have to follow what you follow and be willing to stray off the path, but don't stray too far from it to where you forget who you are. Is the kind of if that makes sense.
It does.
May I interject here?
Yeah.
Go right ahead.
When it comes to like morals and stuff, you should not build it on anything apps like too like much like that structure like that. You should be practical about them. There should be always certain time like you should in general you should not kill and then just go except just like you know how it's not really practical for like Batman in a sense to say that that saying that if he goes over the edge you should not kill like I'm saying he should not kill if he goes over edge, but he does not allow anybody else to because like it's maybe impractical for him to do it, but it could be practical in the full sense if he's
Okay.
crazy, of course.
Yeah, I see what you're saying, but somebody else, they had a Dax. Free Raw said that doesn't make sense to me.
I mean, I'm confused. What about that doesn't make sense?
Well, based on what you said recently about morality.
I mean, I guess at the end of the day, morality is subjective. It's ever changing based on what the context is. So, okay, if you're completely abiding by Batman's perspective, don't kill anybody no matter what. But at the end of the day, it comes down to I have to kill this guy or else he's going to blow up our freaking planet. You're left with the choice of I have to kill him or else we're all going to die. Then you have to make a decision. And the decision... Go ahead.
Oh, that's a perfect example because in one of the Rambo movies, Rambo said, "Hey, once it gets down to it, killing is as easy as breathing."
Yes.
So you guys understand what that means, right? in the sense of, hey, and shit hits the fan or some crazy shit happens. And that's why I say that when it comes to war or any catastrophic disaster, people will revert back into their natural roles, whether they want to or not. Because once again, it's natural. Killing is as easy as breathing. So,
Yes.
does anybody disagree? Anybody?
I would.
Really?
Psychologically, it kind of is. Psychologically, it's not. It's actually really hard for a lot of people to kill psychologically. That they
I
actually have
will
to.
disagree.
Other than emergency circumstances, people are not really able to kill a lot of them.
I think a lot of
When
it has
comes
to do with
one
laws.
that
A lot
once
of it
again-
has to do with the fact that of what was this it's like Sarkeesian or something psychology, which showed that most people during actual war don't actually shoot at the enemy before like modern training.
But here's the big thing: when it comes to staying alive, and when shit hits the fan, laws don't matter. Laws don't matter. When it comes to actually having the will to live, you will not hesitate to delete somebody, in my opinion, or try to delete somebody.
Well,
Okay,
what I'm saying is
Statistically,
in like say scenarios like World War II and One, they showed that like about only 10% of people were actually shooting at the enemy, and like much less than that was actually shooting to kill.
So you're saying that if I told a young man like, "Hey, I'm about to delete you right now," I'm about to come over and snuff the hell out of you. I'm about to choke the air out of your lungs. He won't do anything to prevent that to happen.
What I'm saying is most people could not actually look you in the eye and pull the trigger.
I will say if it's something that
unless you were literally about to stab them.
But what I'm saying is when it comes to situations which not too many people has been in these situations, when it comes to this is it. This is it. If I don't do something, this is it. I say that they won't hesitate to do whatever it takes to survive.
I'd say they would.
No, honestly, no. A bunch of people will die.
See,
Right?
here's
Like,
the difference
people have
between
starved- people have
dying.
starved
There's
to
a
death.
reason why we have
wait.
PTSD.
But hey, here's the difference. And once again, I understand what you're saying. But when it comes to having the chance to prevent going to that internal darkness, a lot of people, if they had the chance to prevent that, they will do whatever within their power.
Okay, a lot doesn't mean the majority of the population.
But here's what I'm saying though. If I'm like right now, what's it called? As the opposer, right? As the enemy, say, you know what? I don't want you around here anymore. I'm going to delete you. You tell me that
the majority of the population will die like cattle.
I'm not saying they won't die.
No, I'm talking they'll die like cattle, passively cowering, shitting themselves, not fighting back.
But
most people won't do shit unless it's absolutely necessary.
Here's the thing. I say trying to survive is a instinctual situation.
And I'm saying the majority of the population will die before that fucking survival instinct kicks in. You go up
before it kicks in. I guarantee you. Wait. Before it kicks in, I agree. Because once again, if you're trying to yeet somebody, they won't even have the chance to get to that point.
No, I guarantee you, Yeet. You went up to the average person on the street with a freaking rock and you started beating them, they would cower and whimper and beg for their life and die without ever fighting back.
See,
the majority of the population.
See, I agree with that. I agree with that. But what I'm saying is, when it comes to plenty of people, because once again, there's plenty of people out there, right? Plenty.
10% of the population is.
I wouldn't say 10%. I'll say more than that.
What percentage do you say?
When it was like World War II, about like 2% of people were actually like basically shooting to kill. and that was before modern day training, which has taught people to kill on basically instinct, basically by reflex instead, which has
Listen, I
shown that.
understand. Give me a second, pragmatic, because I gotta get this across. I
All
understand
right.
Gray's not wrong. I understand. But what I'm saying is, if you knew yourself, you do not have a chance.
We are not the majority of the
Great.
population.
Wait. I never said it was a majority. I never said it was. I never said. But what I'm saying is, if you knew for a fact that you cannot negotiate your life, you will do whatever it takes to preserve that.
But that's,
You knew for a fact that
that's
holy
us.
shit. Wait. No.
Humans are social animals. We're not meant to kill each other.
Give me a second. If you knew for a fact that you know that if this person gets to you, it's game over. It's game over. There is no negotiation. There is no begging for your life. You will do whatever it takes to preserve that.
No,
I ain't
the
saying
majority of
that
the
only in
population
that
will
situation
fucking
would
never
die.
somebody
once
actually
again,
be able to do something.
once again. I never said the majority. Okay, so let's get that out the way.
But are you trying? But
All
then
right,
are you
but,
arguing for us as individuals?
I'm
Yeah.
saying
During
as a person that's acting on pure instinct, trying to live.
Most of them don't have a fucking survival
I never
instinct.
said they
shit
didn't. I
them-
never said they did.
Most people don't have the survival instinct. Literally, I could probably bet I could kill most of you guys on this panel if you guys just were walking down the road. But
But
just
that's
by
what I'm saying.
nature,
Being caught
most
off
people-
guard,
Yeah.
guard is different than a person walking right in front of you. Say, "Hey, I'm about to yeet you to heaven."
Yeah,
You do
it's like-
whatever it takes to stop that.
That's
Okay, let's say
us.
let's put.
Are you arguing for us, the individual people
No,
on
no.
this panel, or are you talking about?
No, not the panel. I'm
Yeah,
talking
okay, no.
about.
In general, let's say
Sorry,
this.
sorry,
There's an
sorry,
idea.
carry on. I need to clarify this with Yeetus. Who
I
are you
never
talking
said
about?
just the panel. Okay, I'm
Who
talking
are
about
you talking about when you say
people.
you?
I'm saying people.
And I'm
Just-
telling you that most people will just fucking die.
But
They will
I never
die like
said
fucking. You said
majority-
people in general.
But I never
General-
said. Wait, Gray. I never said people in general. Majority of people are going to fight back. That's what I never said. What I'm saying is, when it comes to instinct, like I said, if the person knew, which not all people are going to know, that hey, this person is going to try to end me, okay, and this person is not going to negotiate. He's not going to listen to
Yes,
any type
I'm
of. Wait.
addressing that context. You keep her going.
But let
around
me
the
finish.
same-
Let me finish.
You've finished this sentence
But
3
let me do
times
it
now.
No, because you kept
Yeah.
saying it's not the majority. It's not the majority. I get it.
Good.
But
Like-
based on my own experience, when it comes to preserving your life, when it comes to going down to just basic instincts, because once again, humans are animals, right? Humans, they're just trying to live like any other living organism, if it's possible, right? If that person, not catching a person off guard, that's not what I'm saying.
You're not listening.
Wait,
We've been through this. You keep going around and explaining the same thing.
but Gray, just let me finish and I'll let you finish.
Then please finish quickly.
Wait, hold up. Let me relax, Gray. Relax. You good?
No, because I feel like you've said the same thing and you keep
No, because
interrupting me every.
You keep
I
saying
guys
that
feel like
it's
you
the
said the same
majority.
thing.
You keep saying it's a majority. I agree, but let me get my point across. I'll let you go. When it comes to a person that's actually like, hey, not getting caught off guard, not being out of nowhere, like I'm gonna beat you with a fucking crowbar. You don't even see it. If I'm on the street and you are on the street, and I'm like, you know what? Hey, I'm a you be able to know if somebody's trying to.
Yes, please
Yeet
wrap up.
you.
I get it. Please wrap up.
Wait, Gray, relax. Gray, relax. You good? Or do you want
No,
to change?
are
do-
you-
Wait,
no.
wait. Do you want me to change the subject? Because
No,
Gray-
I want you to finish what you're
All right,
saying.
okay, Gray,
without
okay, Gray,
going
okay,
into
Gray,
it.
okay. No, you go.
Okay. Yes. If I am saying that if I go up to 1,000 people and I am carrying a crowbar and I'm yelling at them, I am going to kill you. There is no negotiation. I am a soulless monster who is going to hunt you to the ends of the earth. Fight me or die. They will shit themselves, cower, and die 9 times out of 10.
So we can agree to disagree.
May I interject?
Wait, we could do that. We can agree to disagree because we both had different perspectives when it comes to somebody.
Now, here's my question to you.
What's up?
Exact same circumstances. You got a crowbar. You're walking up to someone. You're saying, I'm going to kill them. No negotiation. We're clear on that. How many out of 1,000 people do you think are going to fight back?
400.
Okay. So I think it's 10%. You think it's 40%. That's
Yes.
our disagreement. Okay.
You guys are kind of like, I say it's more likely 20. It's more likely to be 20% of people that will actually fight back in a situation where they know their lives completely on the line.
But here's the thing. I think that you guys underestimate the person's will to live.
No.
Well,
I'm not saying they won't struggle. There's like, okay, there
But
are
that's
people
what I
that
was saying the entire time.
Yeah.
Now,
Because
your-
Gray
your-
was
your
saying people
argument-
would.
Your argument is that they're going to fight back.
Well,
Okay,
who wouldn't
people can
fight back if they're going to be yeeted to oblivion?
The majority.
I
of the
don't doubt they will
population.
fight back necessarily.
It'd be
What I would
slippy.
think is that they would basically just try to subdue or maybe like fend off or run.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah,
no,
fight or
I'd say
flight.
they-
Literally adrenaline.
Right,
the
right.
thing,
But I
it's
don't
the
think they're gonna
fight-
fight to kill.
I think it's the
Well,
fight.
no, they're
or,
just going to fight to prevent to not die.
the fight or flight.
Like
That's
for
the
instance,
key.
in World War I, they had a couple of platoons like pass each other, right? And instead of like actually shooting each other or enemy platoons, they threw rocks at each other and yelled at each other. And then when asked later why they didn't shoot the other, they said they didn't know.
And chat, hey,
It's because
chat,
their natural instinct was to try to
hey,
intimidate them.
pragmatic man, give me a second. Chat. Nobody's getting upset. Are you upset, Gray? Are you upset with me? What I'm saying?
No, a bit frustrated with.
It's
our
all
failure
good
to
if you're
communicate,
frustrated.
but that's it. Like, I'm not
But
upset.
chat, nobody's gonna. This is how we're supposed to talk. Okay, I'm not saying that all men are not supposed to have emotions. Okay, this is what we should be doing. But
It is okay to disagree. It is okay
Right.
to disagree.
It's okay. So don't go like, oh my god, oh they're fighting. Ooh. Don't-
Final collab. It's all over Yeetus. I'm so devastated because I couldn't get my point across fast enough.
I would buy all 6 of you beers right now.
I'm telling you,
Though it'd be
happens
illegal to
often
buy
in
me a beer, probably.
Yeah,
I don't
you
give a
know.
shit. I'd go to jail for it.
But in all seriousness, though, this literally happens when men are talking with each other, whether it's at home, at a bar, wherever it is. People are going to be passionate about their point of view. So just put it out there, chat. Nobody's actually getting like, how dare you? How dare you? You are my mortal enemy now. Like,
And
no.
that's the thing. I just think that between the women, the children, and the simps on this planet, an overwhelming majority of the population does not have the will to fight back, even in the most absolute black and white of circumstances.
Wait,
wanna
you
make-
and children?
Wait, do you want to make this a live stream? Because I think this would be an amazing. Actually, we should make this a live stream. I believe
would
this will
be
get.
It would be
It's not already.
interesting to
Wait, it's
discuss.
not already a live stream.
No, I'm just saying, like, just the topic itself.
What would you
Oh.
call it?
I think we can call it the will to live.
Yes, yes.
The will
I
to
don't have
live?
that will to live.
That
I
would
will-
be fascinating to go.
I
over.
will participate as well. I'm just saying.
It's over, Sir Yeetus. I have the high ground. Yeah, okay.
You were my brother. I was thinking that the whole time. It's like,
How about the
Well,
will
yeah.
to kill?
most people don't have that.
You're right.
I-
That's why it would be much more interesting to call
See,
it that.
The will to live.
'Cause that's
Most
what we're
people-
talking about.
When you
And-
put it that way, I see what you guys are saying.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
that's
but-
the other thing, because there have been, now I've heard this secondhand, I don't know for sure, but many people who have starved to death while there was a lot of actual food in the area because they weren't willing to do what was necessary to get it.
But
So like, and not even a matter of killing something that's aggressive to you. There's a huge portion of the population that won't be able to kill to survive. Like
see,
kill a fucking animal for its meat kind of survive.
Free Raw says it really depends on the situation. If it's life or death situation, and that person has the capability to fight back, most will fight back. That
No, but
I wouldn't say most, but I
that's
will
the thing.
say
It's the most. We disagree on the percentage, but we agree that it's a minority of the population.
yeah, they will fight back. The minority of them will fight back. If it's a death or captivity situation, most won't, and I definitely agree with that because what can they do?
I-
They will just have the this is it mentality. Why bother even fight back in the first place if they're
They know they can live in the process.
yeah, if they're captives, like they're hostages, like what's the point? So
Yeah.
I agree with you, Free Ross. What'd you say, Carry On?
So what you guys are talking about, like the different stages of how someone already reacts if someone was trying to attack them to kill them
So-
or injure them to a certain degree.
What
I'll say the percentages are most people, I'll say 40% of people wouldn't try to fight, they'll freeze up. And after
Well-
there'll be 20% of people that actually attack. And after I could say there could be like 30% of people that will struggle.
Well, Carry On, in my opinion, it's all about the fight or flight response.
Oh yeah,
Because
yeah.
as much as you're a cuck or you are a feminist,
No.
or
I'm not
whatever,
saying people wouldn't struggle and try to
Right.
like escape.
right?
That's what a decent, I say a decent percent. I wouldn't say it's decent or majority. It could interchange because most people aren't used to seeing violence, so in any form really. So they'll freeze up first because people forget there's actually a third like technique to flight, fight, or freeze. Like certain creatures, if you start running, like big cats, if you start running, they will hunt you down. So it's better to like freeze in situations like that.
Well, so when it comes to the fight or flight response, if they have no choice but to fight, I do agree with their saying that most will not fight back. I do agree with that, but I still say it's a higher percentage than just 10%
Oh, yeah.
of
It's-
people
yeah,
that
it-
will fight because it's instinctual. You can't control that. You will try your best
It'll
to
be
live.
passive. It'll be a passive
But
fighting
that's the
back.
thing. I don't know. Like, there's a bunch of people who like you think would be in a situation where they fight back, and instead they scream and cry.
Well, I like, once again, I see what you're saying. And it will be a majority of the women, and I won't even include children. Let's just say it'll be a majority of the women doing that because they know for a fact fighting back is futile. I agree.
Yeah, that's what I said. 50 to 60% of people will probably freeze up. And
But that's the thing, but
after
then you have to consider the poor. Okay, so then you got to consider. Okay, so there's the women. So that's 50% of the population right there. That's a write-off. So then
You were
what you
considering
have-
woman in the first place?
We're saying
Yes.
humans. I'm talking all
Adults.
humans. I'm talking women, children, elderly, the works. I'm
Okay.
not saying, oh, let's just go for the physically fit and able men. No, I'm counting everyone from the fucking most muscle bound, testosterone hardened criminal to the fucking obese land whale. Every single human.
Hey, I'm gonna read this right quick. Brother Zeke, Sir Yeetus, I agree with Gray. Sat in on a workplace violence seminar. I watch people, mostly women, balk at the mere thought of fighting off an attacker. Well, that was pretty much what I was okay. Much less killing the perpetrator. No, a majority of women, they know that they can't, that they're not physically able to fend them off. So they will try any other way to make that man to not do anything to yeet them to heaven. Okay, because what else can a woman do?
And now here's the thing: if it was 100+ years ago, like my estimated percentage would be higher because I would think
Yeah.
a greater number of men
will be in
would
physical shape.
be in physical shape and they'd have that mental fortitude due to their life experience. Nowadays,
Well-
like what percentage of American men are fucking morbidly obese?
Good question, but I know it's a lot of them.
That's
I like
the-
majority of them.
So, like, are they the type of person
Well-
who is going to fight back in a rough situation, or are they? And then there's the soy boys. They're the ones who are going to, if you start killing them, they're going to scream for their mommy and cry. They're not going to fight back, let alone try to kill.
Well, okay.
May I interject?
Yeah.
Okay, so when it comes down to it, I do think that like a lot of people would be when I'm talking about to be fight back and all that. I mean the mental capability, not necessarily the physical. I think a lot of people would be able to fight back, right? But the thing is, to fight back with the idea of a semi-lethal or a lethal force, as in like with the intention to either kill. I don't
Oh.
think most people would even have it where they would have the potential of fighting back with lethal force, and
Most people
and if there's a
wouldn't.
tad bit, they might be iffy on it.
Yeah, I'll say most people, even people that are watching this stream right now, most of you guys wouldn't want to kill people. You most likely try to damn it. I'm like years now. I can't say fucking words. And
Well, here's the big thing though. Okay, maybe I'm being biased because I have the capability of doing damage.
At the
Well,
same
yeah.
time, Yeetus, you're
Okay, I'll
also
say-
more
I'll admit
familiar
that.
with like physically fit, mentally strong. Like you've got a military background. You've got a very biased experience that way.
Yeah, I agree. I was thinking about it. I'm like, you know what? Maybe I am being biased about the situation because I do have a way higher chance than an average guy or something like that.
Well, that's the thing. And I'd put my money on the people watching this chat. They would be the more likely type to find back because that's the kind of people that we gather here. But we are such a small representation of the population as a whole. Now, maybe 10% might be a bit low, but honestly, like I just do not have a lot of faith that modern society has cultivated strong people, let alone strong men, that are willing to fight back under the threat of death.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. If you're talking about like the 10% of killing people, that's I probably put that to like 5 or 8. And after be like from 5, let's say 60% of people would freeze and not do anything. And after that, there'll be 40% of people that'll try and run away. In that 40%, there'll be people that like there'll probably 20% of people that actually try and fight back. In that 20, there'll probably be people that will fight back until they can't do anything. And in that, there'll be like 5% of people that actually do it until they kill someone.
Like there might be like and this thing, I don't count flailing around randomly in a panic as fighting.
No. I didn't say fair around. I said like they were
I'm just being
Yeah.
very clear. Like there'd be some people who like if you grabbed them by the throat and started caving their head in with a stone, they'd probably flail a bit and try to scream, maybe pray, but to actually attack you, even just to try to break your grip, no. I'm saying that you've got maybe a double-digit percentage that would do that. Probably.
Maybe you should consider like what you're talking about as more like struggle instead of like fight.
Yeah, that's why I said 20% of people, like 20% of people most likely just like try to run away at the person if they're like getting attacked.
Well, that's the thing.
I
Like,
would
people
think
might,
immediately
people might
most people
struggle
would try
to
to
get
run away.
loose. Like people might struggle to get loose the same way that you would try to get a freaking spider off you or something disgusting. But to actually like think this is someone I need to fight. Like, let's be honest, a human that is going to kill you no matter what, you cannot negotiate. That is not a human to you anymore. That is a monster.
Yeah, but most people wouldn't even want to kill it. They'll like even if the people that would fight, they probably wouldn't kill because that's just too much for people generally.
No, but that's the thing. But like, how many people? Like, think about all the media we look at. How many people are actually willing to fight a monster?
No,
Okay,
not that many.
I have good experience with this because I was kind of I like testing people in my school. So since I was much larger than people, I generally went around and tested them, and I would act like I was angry and just walk up to people. And most
So
of the time,
you were a bully.
yeah, I was a bully. I bullied these little bitch ass kids. I'm not gonna lie.
Well,
I
damn.
Yeah, I was a bully at times. I wouldn't go around picking on people. I just bully anyone. Anyone could get this shit, even the public guy. So I walk at people like I'll look them straight in the eye and just walk them straight, and they'll just freeze up and be like, like I wanted them to react. I was like, oh my days, these people will actually allow me to walk over them and push them on the floor if I wanted to.
Well, because
And
what
most
else
times
can
they
they do?
No, these people, like, some of them were like, they want that short compared to me.
For
It's like,
me, I wouldn't hesitate to try it. Like that's just
oh,
me as a person.
if you were
But
like 15 and 16 and after someone that was like 6'2" was walking up to you,
Jesus.
yeah, I
well,
guess.
I would
Matters where.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, if you try to press me, okay, cool, but it's on site when I
Yeah,
see you,
but
and
most
you
people
won't even
aren't.
see me coming.
Most people aren't raised in like families where they, or like
Right, right.
environments where
Which
they're
is
allowed
why
to.
I said I would, but I know majority wouldn't.
Yeah,
I agree.
because you could say like, if let's just cut out the females and just go to males.
Right.
Most males now aren't allowed to roughhouse. It's seen as something wrong with them.
Yep.
So, and a lot of people are single children and stuff like that. So, single children or people that are not allowed to roughhouse will not normally know what to do if someone comes up to them in an aggressive way.
Yeah. See, the point he just made is exactly why any kind of shit hitting the fan in the U.S. today, it would all fall flat because the males are not brought up on this same prospect that he's brought up on, that he just described. Like all the males are just cave. Like they're not brought up on the same thing. Like, oh, you want to challenge me? Oh, I'm going to challenge you. No, the point he just made is saying, like, in the face of any kind of challenge, everybody would just be a little bitch. Everyone's just going to be a little bitch.
So,
Yeah.
Dax, based on what you just said and the stream that I made, not a long time ago, I think a couple weeks ago, would you agree that these young men should be having a trial by fire initiation? Pretty much a conversion from a boy to a man type scenario, like a big test. When it
I
comes
think
to
that.
what's up?
Continue, Sarah. Frame.
Well, I'm just saying, like, of course, you can't be extreme in today's society, but in things, some like, you know, going camping, doing something on your own, just something to the point where it's like, okay, everything I taught you till now, we're gonna put it to the test, and if you pass, I will consider you as a man. If you're a father.
Well, okay. Now, see, with what you just described, opens up a bit of a variable, but
okay,
with what I'll respond to what you said. I think that the lack of fathership that exists in today's society, especially here in not just the U.S., the West entirely, the lack of fathership, the single motherhood as a plague, the lack of fathership contributes to our downfall, because you've got so many men being raised today without fathers to teach them how to be a man, to teach them how to be mature, teach them how to grow. It's like you can have a mother's love, you can have the nurturing part of the female, but if you don't have the fatherly aspect, it'll all crumble to dust eventually.
So you can agree that when you're a child, you're in the mother's world, but when you become of age, such as teenager or older, you're in the father's world. And
Yes.
I'm not saying that, oh, it's solely the case. Of course, either parent could do it, but primarily, child, mother's world, teenager, and older, the father's world.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That makes general sense. Like, children can respect their parents equally normally, but when they get to a certain age, they start to, especially boys, they start to outgrow their parents, especially their moms. So let's say at the age of 14, you're generally taller than your mother, unless you're short. But
well,
yeah.
At least me as a man, carry on. I think when I'll say 15 or 16, I didn't really take my mom seriously anymore when it comes to, how do I say, disciplinary action. Yeah. I didn't really
Because
take it
they
seriously.
keep looking at you like they're little boy, like a toddler almost.
Right, but I'm like,
Well,
Mom,
and
I
you're also
tower over
taller
you,
than them.
Mom. Like, I'm tower over you. Like, yeah, like you could try to do something, but I'll just be like, you know, like, all right, this is a waste of time, you know, type stuff. But if my father did the discipline, then I'm like, oh shit. Even when I'm becoming an adult, or even when I am an adult, yeah, I'm way more concerned of what my father would do than what my mother would do. Because At least fathers don't give a damn how old you are.
It's true.
They don't. Like, hell, like I have an older brother that's in his 30s. My father still won't hesitate to put his foot down if there's certain situations that my father doesn't agree with. Because yeah, of course you're an adult, but at the end of the day, you're still my son. I have that authority. I have that responsibility. You know, you could try with all your other friends, but I'm not your friend.
Yeah, but it's also respect.
Exactly. I don't give two shits how old you are. You will give me the respect that I deserve as a father. So
I think that the father figure should practice morality, but still remain stern in his practices. So, like, if you cross the father figure, you should be punished. But at the same time, you know, practice the good parts of his moralities is what I'm getting at.
The father's duty doesn't end. It's just
Right.
that instead of him treating you as a child, he
Right.
will do what he has to do with you, treating you as an adult. You know,
Like don't abuse the links that he's going to show you how to be a man. Don't go beyond that threshold, but also don't be pushed backwards past that threshold. You
Right.
know?
And I deal with that with my father once in a while, right? When, you know, because don't get me wrong, at least all of us as adults, we've butt heads with our father here and there. But yeah, in the end, if especially you have a good father, you instinctively know that, you know, at the end of the day, I still have to give my father that respect. It doesn't matter how old I am. And like, if he's not a piece of shit father, there's no reason to cross that line. If you guys know what I'm talking about.
Exactly.
Right. Yep. Although, out of complete curiosity here, Yeetus, was your father present in most of your life?
Ever since I was born.
That's
Because he's
good,
black, right?
And good on you for that.
Okay, but that's why there's a clear difference between, you know, our mindset, at least, you know, people that were taught the game ever since, you know, in the beginning, and then other men's mindset, they had to learn the hard way later on because they believed the lies of their single mothers.
Right. And that goes back to what I was saying about single mothers, man. It's like single mothers they damage the upbringing of children, man, especially young men. It's fucking terrible.
It's horrible because, like I said before, and I'm gonna say it countless times again, a mother cannot teach a boy on how to be a man, and I am not gonna let go of that stance.
Agreed.
Even a good mother, they can't really teach you.
Yeah, I think all good single mothers come to that point, especially when their children are in their early teens.
No, I meant like a good mother in general.
Well, I'm saying when it comes to the single mothers, right? Who do you think that comes in that has a male guidance besides the boyfriends? The grandfather, the uncle, maybe older cousins.
I
that
think
comes
brothers
by
would
teach
be.
you the game. Big brothers as well.
I was the big brother, and when it came down to a fighting with my brother, taught me a lot.
Exactly, right? So
yeah,
it's unfortunate.
Like he always instigates shit, and basically, I kind of like justice to me became like satisfaction for a wrong, and dealing with conflict with him.
Yeah, that's the big thing. It's unfortunate it got to the point where, you know, your own brother that hasn't even became a man yet is teaching you how to be a man. It's like, what the fuck? Like, depending on the age, of course, but usually, you know, maybe if he's like 5 years older, maybe 8 years older, he is most likely not even an adult yet. And if he is, he's a young adult that hasn't even experienced the world, and he's the one that you look up to instinctively. Like, he's the authority in your eyes, like not the mom, right? The mom, she's the authority to a point. After that, you don't really, as a young man, give a shit. But when it comes to young men joining gangs, when it comes to young men, more likely than not, talking to their uncles and grandpas and older cousins. This happens instinctively. All right, it doesn't. It's not forced. It just happens.
It's like
Male-
it's like a guy who wants to be an engineer, and the only person he listens to is the guys who lays bricks around him. It's not the actual other engineers.
I
That's
agree.
what it is.
I agree. But
Are we going to
Greg.
talk about Civil War?
we will soon. We will soon. Gray, what do you have to say about the conversation we just having?
Well, we have gone through it before, but yes, you do need a father, but a bigger problem is that you also need like males that you can fight and roughhouse with. You need to be able to test your physical limits. And this is something that we see in other primates. Gorillas will freaking roughhouse with each other
Oh,
in games
no,
of
not
play
even
and
gorillas.
tag.
Every mammal does this, as like especially male mammals. From a young child, you can see it in cats, lions, whales, and like different males will actually clash against each other, like to build up themselves. And it's like, okay, yeah, I know I am now, and it keeps on growing until they're adults. It's like adult males don't normally get into conflicts. That's normally young children. And when you see human adults that are just aggressive all the time, it's like, well, you're still stuck at that child period.
And that's part of the thing. Like nowadays, is tag even allowed for children nowadays?
Nope.
Like,
Not at my school. It
It's
isn't.
not PC enough. It's not
What?
PC enough.
That's
Those
the thing.
schools-
What the fuck?
So
What the
like
fuck?
we've gone to the point.
It's called
Yeah,
go
it
to
wasn't-
timeout now.
God, yeah, no, fuck. We're at the point where men, they don't get to fight in any sort of context until it's too late. Much like women, men don't know, like they don't get to test the limit in a realistic way because they've got freaking chains put on them.
Yeah, young men won't know how to actually have some type of discipline and control if they go to a hostile scenario.
That's the thing. It's like they're in a bubble and they're chained.
Well,
when-
that's assuming they follow the rules.
But when this young
Even
man
if-
or
even if
man
they
in
don't
general
follow the
has
rules.
enough, right? All
They'll
you
fight
guys,
in the bathroom, the locker rooms.
but you guys
behind
understand,
school.
know how far a man will go when it comes to him having some type of blackout rage.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yep.
You're right, and
I've
Been
without
there many times.
right.
What's sorry, pragmatic man. Like when you can give just like a decade. When was the last decade that someone would actually get into a fight in the school hallways or after school or in the schoolyard?
2000s.
2000s. When I was in I don't know about after when I was in high school. We used to get in fights in the locker rooms.
Well, I'm letting you know right now, 2000s.
Well, that's the thing. Like,
I did it myself.
Pragmatic man, like what decade?
I did it myself. 2000s.
Like early 2010s.
Yeah.
That's being generous.
And
That's
it
being
depends on
generous.
schools.
Like I
Yeah,
said,
it does.
Way
like I
too
said-
generous.
It matters where you are, I guess.
but like I said, 2000s is the last
That's the thing,
time.
like even in the 2000s, like I was once straight up challenged to a fight. I went there, I met ready for it. Guy never started it. He just waited.
Well, I literally had to go after school, like behind the school, because behind the school they didn't really have the cameras. That's a lot of times where you had to duke things out, because even with me growing up, once again, like more and more surveillance and more,
Yeah.
teachers and snitches. But in the 2000s, in my opinion, is the last time young men were able to actually get a painful lesson through fighting.
I mean,
Yeah, there was that zero tolerance rule at my school, but we didn't give a shit. As long as you didn't do it right openly in the hallways, you were fine.
That's the thing, but it's rare and it's sheltered, and and if it's caught, it's not just that's just a natural part of growing up. No, there are severe consequences for getting caught on this.
Well, yeah, but my group kind of made it where like you tell the teacher or somebody, or you basically got beat
But
it
that's
up.
the thing.
Or,
We
like,
can't use exceptions to
Yeah.
prove to like say like, oh
Rule.
well, no, it's fine because this one time it can happen in this.
I
isolated
understand that.
So you say the exception is not the rule.
Exactly.
Yeah, I
as a
understand
rule,
that.
nowadays, most men are kept completely safe from any sort of physical confrontation or conflict, regardless of whether that is done in play or in any kind of seriousness.
Yep.
Unless
But
you're
hey,
at a. Oh, go ahead.
no, go ahead and finish, Buddha.
It's just my kind of part of my red pill kind of stage where I was introduced to it was that I went to a friend's birthday party after we moved and COVID hit and shit. And well, because I moved, I had a phone and stuff, but no one would want to talk to me anyway. So I was just trying to be at my friend's house, and there's a little bit more to the story, but at the end of it, he just got mad at me and punched me. Didn't turn out too well for him as far as like it didn't really affect me. I kind of took it, but he's raging. He's trying to hit me. I'm kind of blocking it now, and it just kind of ended up like he tried to attack me just because of some girl, and it just ended up being like, okay, stop, don't. Everyone's watching us now. No one thinks this is impressive. But then he went and told my other friends that actually kind of gave a shit about me, and now they don't like me because apparently I stole his girl or something.
But
I'm sorry for laughing.
in all seriousness, though, in today's age, and I agree with Gray saying, young men are too afraid to even handle things because, once again, as the XY chromosome, but things can't be disputed. As men, we tend to resort to violence as a last resort. That's just what we do as men. We don't just talk it out like women. Okay. And in the end, things will get too heated, and then we're going to have to duke it out. But that's the difference. If we duke it out, in the end, we could 99% of the time squash the beef and we're cool.
Yeah. I remember there was this one guy. Like I had a serious beef with him. Went out, confronted him in a place where it was visible enough, and straight up challenged him like, yeah, you either take what I'm going to say here or you fight. And I have a knife and I am willing and ready to kill you.
That's a bitch move. Nigga checking out the knives, man.
No, he asked what I had on me. I told him, yeah, I got a knife.
Well,
because I was fully convinced that he might kill me.
Oh, I thought he said he had a knife and came up to you.
I don't. I took him outside to confront him, say what I needed to say, and I straight up told him I have a knife.
Wait. Why?
Why you saying he had a knife?
Why?
Because I was really willing to kill this guy.
How big is this
What
guy?
the hell did he say to you?
Jesus. All right.
Wait, no, I'm serious. How big is this guy?
He was over 6 feet. So he was like a couple inches taller than me, maybe like 6'3" or something.
Okay,
Jesus.
because in this scenario, in my opinion, so what was the subject that you had a problem with?
I fucking hated this guy, and he destroyed things that were very precious to me at the time.
So he destroyed valuables or situations?
Situations.
Okay, I see what you're saying. But okay, I don't know the exact reason, so I'm not going to judge. No, I'm not.
Yeah, no, I know, I understand. I've been in situations similar to this, and I almost done something dumb. That's why I say, like, you should never say you have item on you, because even if you don't do something, that person can like call the police, and after that could go really wrong with. Maybe it's just because I live in England and like bladed weapons are really hype now. So,
well, that's a big thing, though, right? I don't know what the situation was, but if it I thought it was just like a petty argument, But if it's something like
No,
beyond,
this was a deep, deep grudge.
all right, I see what you're saying now. Okay, that makes sense.
And and that's he, like, the most he did was he did a fake rush to see if I would flinch. And when I didn't, he backed off. And this was a guy who'd apparently gotten into fights before.
You know, you'd be surprised how many people will stop like trying to like confront you if you don't flinch when they do something like
Well-
a fake juke.
Bullies will stop being bullies. Like shit, like
Well-
I beat up a few bullies in my lifetime, and they just stopped. You know, they're
When
like,
you
"Oh,
tell
most
somebody
importantly-
you
What's up?
got a knife, they're probably gonna think you're gonna use it if they do something.
well, that's true. I'll give you that. But in
You-
the end,
if I'm unarmed and you tell me you got a knife, and you're basically telling me to come at you or something like that, I'd be like, "Fuck
you'll
no, I'm out."
you'll be more wary, right? But there are some people that just don't give a damn.
Hey, he knew.
No, those people
Unless I
aren't
have a
sick.
Hey,
gun or
I didn't tell
something.
him. He asked, and I answered honestly.
See,
Oh,
that's where you messed up. You know,
Okay,
I know you're
okay.
honest, Gray, but you know, if things start to get violent and stuff, and you really believe that guy was that dangerous, I would not admit that. But depending on the situation, you got to resolve. But on average, men these days they're too afraid to actually but confront each other man to man of what their issues are. They're too afraid to do that. You know, and if they do, it's usually a guy that's like 6'1" or 2 against a guy that's like 5'8" or 7.
I love those though. Why you shitting on me?
No, I'm serious though. Like,
Yeah,
unless
I
a
know.
guy,
I see
unless-
those people do that.
okay, unless a guy knows that they have a clear advantage, they're not going to confront you.
Yeah, most
know.
people don't want to get into fights. That's just natural for most creatures.
Well,
It's a waste of energy and
most men, in my opinion, in the sense of that we all have an underlying understanding that things will get very violent very quickly. Women, not so much.
yeah, it's like most male creatures don't want to get into fights unless it's extremely necessary for survival or mating, which is dumb. But yeah, those are the only reasons why creatures generally fight, especially male.
But does anybody else have anything to say about this topic before, we take a quick 2-minute break and then we'll get to the Civil War? What'd you say, Young Buddha?
To take a little route off course a little bit, I took a driving seminar thing because I'm going to get my license in October. And, well, I learned that as a guy, getting the car insurance is about 5% more than a female driver.
Yeah.
Just as a
that's
teenage boy.
Yeah, that's been that way for forever.
Also,
Yep. Oh yeah.
Yeet, keep in mind, Chronic Stream starts in 5 minutes.
What?
What?
I thought he said he told
Now
me
it,
11.
now it says
It's a-
10:30.
He's a liar.
Oh my god.
It
Chronic's
makes sense.
a liar.
His brain's out in the open. It changes sometimes.
You bastard, Chronic.
Okay, guys. Thank you all for joining. We will be doing the part 2 tonight, depending how far Under Chronic goes. But
Oh God, if he does a 2-hour stream, man, that's gonna be
Yeah.
1 a.m. I got to get some sleep tonight.
oh, it's fine. Unless you wanna. Are you available tomorrow morning?
Depends on the weather, honestly.
Okay. Well, in the end, I want to do a morning stream. I haven't done that in months, so I will definitely do a part 2, whether it's tonight or tomorrow. Okay. Thank you for joining, guys. All you guys. This was a crazy conversation, and
Always a pleasure.
yeah, no problem, man. In the
Indeed.
future, if we have to postpone the Civil War thing, we will. But at the moment, it will be tonight or tomorrow morning. Thank you all, you guys. Thank you for joining, and I'll see you on the Chronic stream. Pootie T.
See you all here,
Pootie,
John.
my
Pootie
man,
T.
Yeetus.
All right, guys, head over to Under Chronic stream. I'm gonna be playing the outro. This was a great conversation. This is something that we needed to talk about. I know we veered off the topic a lot, but I believe that it led to even more good conversation. So we will definitely continue this. This is what I like to talk about. Even though things got passionate here and there, it's just how it is. If you're not willing to actually confront somebody's views and actually challenge what they're trying to say, there's literally no point in me having this channel. So it was an amazing conversation today, and hopefully we'll be able to continue this, but with the Captain America Civil War ideologies. This is Sir Yeetus. Hopefully you guys had abundance of gems that you learned from for tonight. And head over to Undead Chronic Stream. I repeat, head over to Undead Chronic Stream. Peace.
Anywhere you go.